It's the CODcast, episode 36. Welcome, dudes. Thanks for fucking showing up tonight. As always, have a fucking amazing show for you. Probably got about a 2-hour show. I guess it's not that in-depth. Not a whole lot of shit happened over the week, but enough stuff to make it an interesting show. And of course, as always, I'm going to be reading the chats, which is my new thing. More interactive of a show. How you guys doing tonight? What's the chat up to? I love TJ and Dusty. Fuck TJ. Fuck that. Yay, no glitching. Yeah, okay, I did a test show. I did 2 test shows, actually. Monday night, after the real show went off the air, I did 2 live secret test shows that are actually pretty fun. For those of you who missed it, they're still up, but they're like unlisted, so maybe I'll post them for you if you're interested. But I basically read the chat, and I answer questions for hours. Answer tons of questions, and people really seem to enjoy that part of the show, so I'm going to do that more often. Yeah, no lag. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. I'm not filming with 2 different cameras this time. Last time I had some kind of glitch where I was filming 2 different cameras because I had some tech issues. So hopefully there will not be any lag tonight. I ordered a new modem. The modem's going to be here probably tomorrow, so we'll see if that fixes it. I actually had the fucking cable guy come out, and he was like, well, there's nothing wrong with your signal or anything. It must be your modem. So I guess it's my fucking modem. We'll see what the goddamn hell happens. I don't know. Smoke a bow, Dusty. I usually don't smoke like 8 hours for the show, so not going to smoke because I don't want to be fucking blitzed out of my mind. I want to be, coherent enough to perform a good show for you guys. So is this about Bob Lazar? Yes, it's about Bob Lazar. We're going to talk about Joe Rogan and how he had Bob Lazar, a dude that was debunked back in the 90s, a fucking lying con man, and Joe Rogan had him on and was basically going to bat for him and saying that he doesn't see why anything he's saying would be bullshit, and he completely believes him, and it's just ridiculous. Joe Rogan, once again, not living up to the responsibility of having the largest podcast platform in the world right now. Typical Joe Rogan shit. My CPU is good, dude. My CPU is good. I have a good computer. Only about 6 months ago, and it's a decent computer. I have like a 1600 Ti, something like that. I think it's pretty good. Anyway, appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. We'll go ahead and start the show by talking about what you always know. If you want to help me out, patreon.com/CODcast. Best way to help me out on the show. If I get up to $1,500, I'll add another show in the week. We're up to $436 per month. Hell yeah, we're making progress slowly but surely. I get about 1 new sign up at the end of every show. But dudes, if you guys want to help me out, if you guys enjoy the show, please consider supporting the show. I mean, come on. Steven Crowder just made like $1 million new every month by using gay slurs. Am I not using enough gay slurs? I could be a millionaire too, but no, I'm not looking to be a millionaire. I'm not going to be rich. Just, enough to live off on. Maybe $1,000 a month would be good. So if you guys can help me up $1 or $2, it would be really great. And also, Super Chats, lifeblood of the show, Super Chats. All questions read. Try to stump me. Try to ask me something that's going to embarrass me. Try to ask me a tough question. Try to get me to lie about something. Make a game out of it. Super Chats, lifeblood of the show. Most of the money goes to the Humanist Society of Mississippi Animal Sanctuary, where we go to local pounds and we rescue dogs that are about to be put down, and kitties too. And we'll give them a good forever home, and we love the shit out of them. They're my babies. So help us out, dude. Super Chats. All right. Let's go ahead and jump right into the show. Let's see what you guys have to say. No, it's not a Ryzen 1600. It's like I don't know what it is, dude. Whatever. We're not going to talk about my computer right now. Whatever. He popularized ancient aliens. Yeah, he's full of shit. Dude's literally a liar. We're about to go into that. Joe Rogan is a meathead, but his MMA analysis is good. Yeah, Joe Rogan's great at MMA. He's good at some stuff, too. Like, I've listened to Joe Rogan say some shit, and I'm like, right the fuck on, man. Joe really knows what he's talking about in this particular instance. But then there's so many other times where he just allows the bullshit to be perpetuated on his show, to allow lies to spread, and he never basically covers it, backs up the record, corrects the record, and he doesn't live with the responsibility. So we're going to shit on him and call him out for it. And all right, so we'll go ahead and jump right into it. Joe Rogan. So
I've given the
there's Bob Lazar
example.
So Joe Rogan made a video, the Joe Rogan Experience 1315, where he had Bob Lazar on it. And the description for the video is, Bob Lazar is a physicist who worked at Los Alamos National Laboratory, New Mexico. Okay, well, technically, I guess, sort of. And also on reverse engineering extraterrestrial technology. So basically, Joe Rogan is lying in his description right here in order to back up the con man he is featuring on his show in typical Joe Rogan style. Okay, let's just break this down. Bob Lazar is a physicist. All right, it's clearly Joe Rogan is putting this in here because he wants his audience to believe that Bob Lazar is some kind of accredited physicist, that he went to college and he got a degree in physics. And Bob Lazar says he went to MIT and some other school. I'll look it up in a second. But So Joe Rogan clearly is just backing up Bob Lazar's lies about this. But the truth is Bob Lazar is not actually a physicist. I mean, he might be, like, in the sense that anybody can be a physicist. You can research the stuff on the internet and do some experiments and stuff you found on the internet and become a physicist. But he's not an accredited physicist in any way, which we're going to show you in a minute. He basically is just a con man. He's a liar that lied about going to MIT. It's been proven that he fucking lied. And Joe Rogan did not bring this up in any possible way. Basically, the whole episode was Joe Rogan treating this guy like he's an honest person, treating this guy like he's telling the absolute truth, and Joe Rogan being fascinating, and then Joe Rogan recommending the guy, and he even tells the guy at the end, I don't see any reason that you would be lying. Thank you so much for everything you've done. People should check out what you're saying. So, just bullshit spread by Joe Rogan. It's just the same thing always, this motherfucker. So let's look into Bob Lazar a little bit. Like I said, this dude was debunked back in the fucking 90s, right? So let's take a look at his school claims. You guys can all look this up for yourself. Feel free to fact check me, please, because I'm telling the truth. You can actually see it for yourself if you go research it. I guess we could just look at his, let's just look at his Wikipedia page. That's literally all Joe Rogan had to do. Now, Joe Rogan definitely knows he has to. He had to have gone up and researched this guy a little bit. I mean, I refuse to believe Joe Rogan knows nothing about this guy whatsoever. But he chooses not to share the information with his audience, which is dishonest. If he knows that the guy's lying about his credentials, if he knows that, you know, he's a dishonest person, if he lies about his credentials, there's a good chance he's lying about everything else he says. I mean, why would you lie and say you went to MIT if you didn't go to MIT and then be telling the truth about everything else? So, but Joe Rogan never mentions that, never brings it up to his audience because he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't want you to know that this guy's a liar. He wants to mislead you because he just cares about ratings. Joe Rogan just doesn't give a fuck. So, we'll just read. Bob Lazar is a double-edged sword of UFO cranks. On the one hand, he's a pathological liar. Oh, this is Rational Wiki. This is not even, I thought this was Wikipedia. Let me go to Wikipedia, and we'll show what his background is. Lazar states that he holds a master's degree in physics from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, and a master's degree in electronic technology from the California Institute of Technology, Caltech. Investigation into his background could not find any record of Lazar ever having attended either institution. So I've literally looked this up. What he did was they've asked him, hey, can you back this up? Can you tell us who some of your professors are at your college? And he names two professors, and they went and looked it up, and neither one of these professors went to MIT or taught at MIT. They actually, one of them taught at a local community college, which Lazar attended, and the other one was Lazar's high school teacher. That's who he brought up when they asked him to name his professor. So he's been proven, outright proven, to be a liar. MIT says they have no record of him. He claims that the government went in and they disappeared him from the record. They didn't kill him and disappear him from the earth, but they somehow went back and they disappeared him from the records at MIT. They somehow went back and removed him from all the yearbooks. I guess somehow they found every fucking yearbook at everybody's private home that has ever gone to MIT and went in and somehow and stole them and replaced them with an exact duplicate with Bob Lazar removed, and somehow they wiped the minds of all the teachers where nobody there remembers him and all the students. And so he's a liar, basically. The guy's a fucking con artist. He's been a con artist since the fucking 70s, and Joe Rogan's just like, yeah, this guy's a fetishist. That reverse engineered alien technology. And it's so disappointing, because wasn't Joe Rogan supposed to be the guy that questioned everything? Didn't he, like, literally do a show? Let me look. Joe Rogan questions everything. Boom. Let's see what comes up. Yeah, fucking, he had a show, right? He had a show. Joe Rogan questioned everything, and he had this guy on his fucking channel, and he didn't question shit, man. He didn't fucking bring up one goddamn thing. He basically just agrees with the guy the whole time, even though the guy was so full of fucking shit. It was basically like, yeah, man, clearly you're telling the truth because you're not taking any money from this. Like, we believe the guy when he says he's not taking any money, or that he doesn't want attention from this. It's all bullshit. Like, literally the only reason anybody know Bob Lazar exists is because of this UFO controversy. The only reason his company, which sells some kind of scientific supplies, something like that, the only reason it exists is because people know Bob Lazar through his UFO conspiracy work. So to say he's not gaining anything, so I believe, it's just stupid. You know, this is what many people believe is the new leader of the skeptic community right now, Joe Rogan, the most unskeptical motherfucker on earth who just believes anything. Now, some people are like, Dusty, it's an entertainment show. Joe Rogan is just a comedian. You're not supposed to take anything he says seriously. Dude, I watched the whole fucking episode, There was nothing about that was supposed to be comedy. He is presenting this guy as a truth-telling whistleblower. He agrees with the guy, everything he says, does not challenge him. There's no fucking comedy here. He's not saying, oh, this is just for entertainment. Take this with a grain of salt. No. He wants you to believe this is true, and his audience does believe this is true. People say, it's okay he has these people on there without challenging them because his audience know better. His audience know that it's just a fucking entertainment show you're not supposed to take seriously. Let me go look up Joe Rogan's Twitter, and I'll just fucking show you what his audience thinks about this. Joe Rogan, Twitter from Joe Rogan. I'm not blocked yet by Joe Rogan, so that's good. And let's see, where's this video at? Here we go. Boom. Look at his audience. Let's see. Yes. Anyway, you scroll through here, most of the people are believing him. Most people are like, this is the greatest fucking podcast I've ever seen. This is fucking amazing. My veins are ready. Popcorn ready. I believe this. I believe this. Everybody's fucking saying how much they believe this. If you look at his, also look at the comments on the fucking video, it's like, I believe it, man. Thank you, Joe, for putting this information on there. It's obvious that this guy's telling the fucking truth. So it's just scam after scam after scam. And the problem is, people are like, Dusty, it's okay that Joe Rogan has these people on there and doesn't debunk them and presents them as somebody who's telling the truth because the audience will go out and research it. It's okay for Joe Rogan to present anything he wants to. It's not his responsibility to make sure he puts on truthful information. He can say whatever he wants, and it's audience that has to go out there and research everything, and that's the way it works. It's the open marketplace of ideas. But no, that's not how it fucking works, dude. The fucking marketplace of ideas is bullshit. The average viewer does not go out there and research anything after Joe Rogan gets done with this show to find out this guy's a lying piece of shit. It's up to Joe Rogan to present his audience the information in a truthful manner, right? It's up to Joe Rogan to say, hey, you know, this guy has been debunked. It's proven that he lied about going to MIT and Caltech. You know, so you guys should take everything he says with a grain of salt. Instead, what he does is he outright lies. He's a physicist who reverse engineered extraterrestrial technology, just lying to cover up for the con man he has on his show who is spreading bullshit and misinformation. Let's listen to the very end here, and we'll see how just shitty Joe Rogan is as a interviewer, commentator, public disseminator of information. Just every way sucks.
Other than really don't come and try to visit me.
Well, I know that you have paid a huge personal cost to get this information out.
Yeah, you paid a huge personal cost. You have a successful company now because of it, and you're on the Joe Rogan show having your ass kissed by millions of people. Oh my God, poor baby.
And, I mean, maybe you didn't understand what that cost would have been when you first initially came forward with the story. But over the past 30 years, it's been immense. It's been great. And I just want to thank you for that. And thank you for all these people that would not have gotten this information and would not have really had this story any other way.
Oh, thanks, Joe.
Thank you. And thank you, Jeremy. And one more time, the documentary is available on...
Just so sad, Joe Rogan. Not skeptical whatsoever. People are like, what does it matter what Joe Rogan has on there? Well, the problem is Joe Rogan has the largest podcast in the world right now. He has a giant fucking platform. So I don't give a shit what you say. Lots of people say, Joe Rogan has no fucking responsibility for what he puts on his show. Bullshit. Yes, he does. Everybody has a responsibility for what they put on the platform. I have a responsibility for what I put on my platform. And as a moral human being who wants society to advance in the correct direction, I feel like my responsibility is not to put shit on my platform that could misinform the community. I feel like I have a responsibility not to spread bullshit. And when I do accidentally spread bullshit, I have a responsibility to immediately correct the record. And Joe Rogan fails at his responsibility at every fucking turn. He does this over and over again. He did this when he let Jordan Peterson on his show to lie about Bill C-16, which directly led to incredible hate against trans people. He did this when he let Ted Nugent on his show to lie about veganism, which led to hate and misinformation about vegans. He does this time and fucking time again. This is Joe Rogan's MO, and he does need to be called out about it. People say, it doesn't matter what Joe Rogan says. Yes, it matters what Joe Rogan says. Joe Rogan is an influencer. He influences people. He influenced fucking me. Joe Rogan influenced me. Like, people know I used to be a doomsday prepper. I sold a really nice house in Wichita, Kansas, and I moved out into the Ozark Mountains on a 40-acre farm, and I set up like an off-grid organic farm. And one of the reasons I did that is because I listened to Alex Jones every single day for 3 hours, and I became very paranoid. And one of the main reasons I trusted Alex Jones and listened to him is because repeatedly he had Joe Rogan, who I was a fan of, on his podcast, and Joe Rogan was backing all this shit up. And I was like, well, Joe Rogan's a cool guy. He's smart. If he's backing all this shit up, it must be true. There must be something to it. Now, look, I don't blame Joe Rogan or Alex Jones for what I did. That's obviously my decision. I was stupid. I was misled by people. I take full responsibility for that. But do they deserve to be called out for lying and misleading people? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And the sad thing is you look at the fucking dislikes in this video. Before it started, it had more dislikes than likes already. People are shitting on me hard for calling this stuff out. That's how sad the skeptic community has gotten. This is the exact type of shit the skeptic community was created to fight. This is the exact type of shit it was created to destroy. And now people are literally mad at me for even talking about it. For calling out Joe Rogan for literally, specifically lying about a con man's credentials in order to prop up this con man for his audience. The exact sort of dirty, nasty, lying bullshit that this community was created to destroy. And I'm the bad guy for even fucking pointing it out. Because Joe Rogan's a comedian and nobody has any responsibility for anything they do on their channel and blah. It's just stupid, people. Yes, Joe Rogan has a responsibility. And they're like, well, what does it hurt? What does it hurt if Joe Rogan puts his credentials, puts his weight behind this guy and tells his audience he thinks the guy's telling the truth? Who's that hurt if Joe Rogan's influenced people to believe this? Well, imagine if you were made to believe that aliens actually existed in the world and the government was covering it up, and the government was so powerful that they could literally erase you from your college that you went to, erase you from all the yearbooks, erase you from anybody remembering you went there. Imagine if you were made to believe that. Imagine the worldview you would have if you believed that. It would make you, for one, it pushes people towards conservatism, pushes people to the right because it makes you incredibly fearful of the government. At a time where lefties like me were just trying to get stuff like universal health care, so 45,000 Americans don't die from lack of health care every year. You know, just reasonable stuff like Wall Street reforms and environmental reforms, shit like that. Issues that are incredibly important, literally could be the most important thing in the history of mankind. But instead, Joe Rogan is fucking distracting people and lying to them with bullshit like this and making them paranoid about the government, where they're more likely to vote against their own best interests, which happens repeatedly over and over again. Yes, influencers have an influence on people, and they are responsible for that fucking influence. I don't care if you agree with me or not, you're wrong. And Joe Rogan, like I said, he's being a piece of shit here. He continuously does this. He does not give a fuck what the truth is. He's just trying to put on a entertaining show to make as much money as he fucking can. And to me, you know, that's irresponsible. Unhelpful. That's the word I'm looking for. Incredibly unhelpful. Suboptimal. So anyway, what do you guys fucking think about this? Let's read the chat and see what you guys have to think. Well, let's start with the Super Chats. Super Chats slightly more important since they are the lifeblood of the show. Hey, Dusty, it's Ann again. What's up, man? Still staying awake for the CODcast. Thanks, I appreciate it. I'm trying to put on a good show for you. Send you an email today. Can't wait to hear from you. Keep up the good work. All right, I will read that. I appreciate it. I get behind on all the messages and stuff because people message me a lot of stuff, and I feel bad. I don't message everybody back, but I'm going to try. Thank you. Appreciate that, Ann. J.A. Hansen, $1.99. Say hi to my coworker, Gabby, from Durham. What's up, Gabby? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate that, Jay. Lane Magny, are you going to talk about the incident with Iran and Trump almost attacking them? Yes, I am going to talk about Iran and Trump almost attacking them. I promise. K Condor, $5. A little extra because I got paid. Love you, Dusty. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That's very generous. I love you back. $2 from David E. Keep up the quality commentary. Will do, David. Keep tuning in. Love you, man. Ford, 8484. Deep Fat Friday's hilarious. You think they're enemies? I mean, I don't really think that they're very funny. I don't think TJ is very funny, and Paul is just kind of sad, and I know TJ's brother ain't funny. He adds absolutely nothing to the show, so I don't know. Lots of people think Steven Crowder's funny too, so comedy is subjective. Another note, AMD next month is coming out with new CPUs, good value. Cyberpunk 2077 looks sick. Yep, I heard about the new AMD CPUs. I may get one. We'll see what happens. D-Dog, $5. Wasn't Joe Rogan a conspiracy theorist before IDW? Yeah, he was. He used to be a moon hoax conspiracy peddler. And, of course, like I said, he was all up on Alex Jones' nuts for 20 years and helping him spread 9/11 conspiracy theories and every other conspiracy theory you can think of. So I just don't get why Joe Rogan is so popular and why people in the skeptic community refuse to call him out for his bullshit. It's like when you're popular, nobody wants to call you out on anything. Everybody wants to let you get away with anything. It's like shoe on head. Like she's popular, and so the left are going to be like, who cares if she fucking helped make Lauren Southern more popular. Who cares if she called Leslie Jones an ugly gorilla and led the racist bullying? I like her, right? She's funny and she's cool, so let's just forget about it like it never happened. That's the way people are Joe Rogan. They don't give a shit what he does. We like him. He's a cool dude, so who gives a fuck, Dusty? You're stupid for even calling this stuff out. But no, I haven't changed. I'm doing exactly what I always did. I'm calling out liars and con men and the people that enable them. And it's not me that's changed. It's the fucking community that no longer gives a shit about this. This is exactly why the conservatives have taken fucking over everything, because people don't want to call out bullshit anymore. They just want to focus on blue-haired college kids because that's the most important, right? Nope, it's not. Castrix Defiance says, hey, Dusty, my first ever super chat. Big shout out from Scotland. I would like to know what your thoughts on campaign for Scottish independence. Hey, thank you, Cash. Appreciate that, man. I know nothing about the campaign for Scottish independence, so I don't have any comment on it. I'm sorry. I don't like to comment on things that I'm too stupid about to have an educated opinion on. But I appreciate that. What is your thoughts on a stateless society? I think we need state. I mean, it depends on what you mean by stateless. If you mean by stateless, we don't actually have individual states, we're just like one big government, then I'd be fine with that. But if you mean like without a government whatsoever, nah. I think we need a government. I think the government is just us. It's better if we pull our resources together for the betterment of everybody instead of just working as individuals for the benefit of only ourselves. So that's my thoughts on that. All right, appreciate it. More super chats. Let's see what the chat has to say. What you guys think about Joe Rogan? It kind of looks like Stephen King. Yes, he does look like Stephen King. But you're not calling out Netflix for putting a documentary stating Bob Lazar is credible. I would, yes. I'll call it Netflix for the same thing. No problem. Netflix sucks. Fuck you, Netflix. Right wing, come on the show. Roden, don't know what you're talking about. You're assuming everyone that watches the show believes what he says. No, I'm not assuming that everybody that watches the show believes what he says. I'm assuming that a large segment of his audience that watches the show believes what he says. And I know that's true because I've actually read the comments and I see for myself that they believe this guy is true. And they believe Joe Rogan when Joe Rogan says he believes the guy. So regardless if everybody in his audience believes it or not, it's not the fucking point. The point is lots of people do. It misleads people. It makes their lives worse. And it also makes society's lives worse because they act upon this misinformation. They use it to choose who they're going to vote for and how they're going to vote and how they treat people. And it's, unhelpful, suboptimal. Let's see. But you continue to spew BS, probably. Hello, Dusty is the liar, Hills. Yeah, what am I lying about? You got to point it out. At least I'm pointing out Ted Nugent. Yep, the Nuge. Fucking Joe Rogan had him on there and let him claim that vegetarians actually kill more animals than meat eaters do. And Joe was like, that's a good point, man. You're making God, Joe Rogan, seriously. Can you get fucking more goddamn stupid? Even if you don't know that the person who you have on your show is saying something incredibly stupid, if you're too stupid to know what they're saying is true or not, don't fucking back it up and act like you know it's a good fucking point. It's embarrassing. I'll cover that in a future video about the whole Ted Nugent thing. How does Netflix state anything, let alone state whether someone appearing in a documentary is credible? Don't know. I don't know about Netflix public statements about it, but Joe Rogan definitely at the end is like, I don't see why you would be telling bullshit. Thank you for everything you've done. You're obviously an honest person who's bringing this good stuff to light. And so I know what Joe Rogan has to say about it, so I'm calling him out on his bullshit directly. As far as Netflix, I have no clue. I didn't sub from Joe a long time ago. Good. Fuck Joe. He's trying to download society so he can line his pockets with full money. That's all the IDW does. The intellectual dark web, it's just a bunch of fucking grifters, right? That's all they give a shit about is, finding whatever the next angle is to make shit tons of money. And they're really successful at it. You got to give them that, but not a fan. Cult to Dusty, he legitimizes terrible ideas, people, and bolsters their credibility by bringing them on a large platform. It's good PR and advertisement for exactly what he does. He's signal boosting for shitheads. And without ever correcting the record or holding them accountable to the misinformation they spread on his platform. There was a time where the skeptic community believed that people had a responsibility not to let bullshit and misinformation be spread on their platform without correcting the record. And now they're like, man, I don't care. Who gives a shit what anybody says? Nobody has any responsibility for anything. It's just sad. I mean, that's exactly why the skeptic community is in the shape it's in, because you guys changed. You guys no longer give a fuck about skepticism, about holding anybody accountable for any fucking thing they do. It's just if you like the person, whatever, it's all good, it's entertainment. So, you people are useless. I have no use for you. I don't want you as fans. Fuck off. What if Bob Lazar is telling the truth? That would be the end of our religions. I don't know why Bob Lazar would have lied about going to MIT and Caltech and then suddenly be telling the truth about the rest of the shit he says. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. The guy's a fucking liar, and that's all there is to it. So, anything else? All right. Are Brett and Eric Weinstein bad? Is it Eric Weinstein or was it Brett? Which one was in the college and refused to leave the college because it was no blacks day or no whites day or whatever it was? Not necessarily that they're bad, but they basically lied about that entire situation or misrepresented the entire situation, and they went on Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan allowed them to misrepresent the entire situation. They allowed Joe Rogan to present it as, I was just trying to boycott something that I didn't agree with, and SJWs, they went crazy because of my free speech and kicked me out of school. And Joe Rogan, let him lead with that narrative and help fuel that narrative. And it is true that some people were angry with him simply because he refused to go along with the no blacks on school that day or whatever, no whites on school, whatever the shit they were having. But also a vast number of the school students who were mad at him were not mad at him about any of that. They were actually mad at him because he went on Fox News and he allowed Fox News to use him in one of their propaganda pieces. And a white supremacy group who the day after they saw that show, I'm not saying they're connected, but the day after he was on Fox News, one of their members went on a bus and he slit two people's throats, killed them. So this exact same violent Nazi group saw Brett or Eric, which one of the Weinstein brothers was on Fox News, and decided to come boycott the campus, basically putting the students' lives in danger, having this violent Nazi group in their campus. So they were mad at Eric Weinstein for going on Fox News and allowing himself to be part of a propaganda piece that brought Nazis to their school and made them less safe. And that's what they were fucking complaining about. Joe Rogan never mentions this. Eric or Brett, whatever his name is, never fucking mentions this. They never own up to the real reason people were angry with him. And they only cherry pick the outrage and pick one side of it and play it off to make you think it was just a bunch of liberals, SJWs who had a problem with it, instead of explaining what people were literally fucking actually mad about. And this is what Joe Rogan does. He allows his show to be a mouthpiece for propaganda and one-sidedness to make you believe that their narrative they're trying to spread about SJWs trying to shut down free speech is true without giving you the other side of the story that explains the context that actually makes the people who are responding angrily to Eric Weinstein incredibly reasonable. That's what they always fucking do. So, you should start a segment of the CODcast where you debate viewers that disagree. I may do that. I don't know. I thought that's what I'm doing, kind of. Rogan needs to have Richard Wolff on, all right? He needs to have somebody like PZ Myers on, or more like professionals who can get on and give him a different narrative, the bullshit he says. Lazar was exposed by the UFO community. Yeah, even the nuts in the UFO community exposed this guy. That's how nutty you fucking are. Hard to believe Jones is having this guy on after all these years. This guy's been around since the 70s. He's been debunked incredibly. And Joe Rogan's having on like he's some kind of credible guy, like he's a real physicist and somebody we should listen to. It's just like the bottom of the... Shameless. It's fucking shameless what Joe Rogan is doing. But like his audience literally doesn't give a fuck. They're mad at me for even saying anything. And no, you wouldn't, Dusty. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, I guess we'll continue with the show. So I guess that's where we're all going to talk about the Joe Rogan thing. Joe Rogan's pretty lousy. And let's see. Next up, I guess we'll make fun of Kevin Sorbo. Remember Kevin Sorbo? Used to be, who was he? He's one of those, Hercules. That's what he was back in the, I guess it was the 80s, late 80s, early 90s. He played a character called Hercules on a direct made-for-TV show for kids. I don't know. It was pretty terrible. But apparently he's the expert on feminism. So he's out there and he's like, not one feminist has defended Sarah Sanders. It seems women's rights only matter if those women are liberal. Yeah, dude. You have no understanding of feminism whatsoever. This is like I talked about on my last show. Feminism has absolutely nothing to do with never criticizing other women. It's absolutely so stupid. Like, what the fuck? Feminism is about the equal treatment of men and women. And if you treat women exactly the same as you would men, as far as holding them accountable for their actions, that's exactly what you're supposed to fucking do. Feminism has nothing to do with just letting women do whatever they want to without ever criticizing them. What the fuck? This is a straw man that you guys have invented to beat down. And it's so obvious and so stupid. Nobody can take you fucking seriously. And of course, everybody is shitting on him for that, as they should. He's like, stupid liberals. Your fucking version of feminism doesn't match my third grade understanding of it. So somehow this makes you stupid. No, dude, you're a fucking idiot. Actual feminism means women are allowed to suck ass. And she's one of them, exactly. You're pretty dumb, dude. You are pretty damn dumb. Yeah, Kevin. And men's right activists and the Proud Boys don't like me either. thank God. And even though I'm a straight white male, what's your point, bro? Yeah, what's your point? You don't have any. Kevin, you're an asshole. Sarah's an asshole. I don't think it's so much of a liberal thing as much of an asshole thing. So go fuck yourself. Back to the 90s when you were sort of relevant. Yeah. It's almost like feminism is a political movement with defined goals and policy aims, and not actually about blindly supporting women who work against those goals at all, you fucking moron. Exactly, and I'm glad to see she got 7.5K likes for her comment, but he got like 53K, so this is the level of Kevin Sorbo's audience. Very, very low wattage, dim bulbs in his audience, and but what do you expect? You know, it's anybody who would fucking listen to goddamn Kevin Sorbo kind of deserves what they get a little bit, I think. Let me close all these windows down, close all these windows down. Fuck yourself, fuck off, fuck you, and fuck you, all right? Let's see. And next up, like, you guys can call me an SJW all you want to, right? But I don't see any fucking reason that anybody outside the military should have something this fucking powerful, all right? You know, some assholes, they would want to shoot everything, man. They want to fucking shoot everything, no matter how far away it is or no matter what develops from the shit you shoot. They just gone crazy with this shit. So I want to ban on these type of things. Fucking ban them. Civilians should not have them. And I posted this and my comments about this on Facebook, and somebody said that I was so stupid they were going to shoot me with a cannon. Fuck you, man. That's totally fucking nuts, man. You guys are going crazy. Don't shoot me with a cannon. And for some reason, they spelled cannon with a capital C. So, yeah, dude. You don't even know how English works. You don't have to spell cannon with a capital C. Anyway, that's obviously a joke, folks. Obviously, I know this is a camera. I am just fucking joking, and I know Canon is a brand of camera. It's all jokes, dude. I'm just trolling. Not trolling, but just obviously trolling. But yeah, that looks just like a fucking gun. Whoever did this, that's a cute picture. But, yeah. Some people believe I was actually serious. That's the crazy thing. And a lot of people who responded did not even realize that it wasn't actually a gun. A lot of people were like, I agree with it. They should ban guns like this. And I'm like, yeah, that's not really a gun. And, so the other day, I had to do a very, very simple repair on my hot water heater, right? Literally, the only fucking thing I had to do was unscrew a hose and then screw another hose in its place. The hose like burst, and so I had to replace the hose. And somehow, I managed to make the entire water heater explode in my face. Like, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's like, my chin hairs are all curly now because they're all curled up from the fire, and my eyebrows got curled, and part of my hair got all curled up and shit, so... God damn it, I should be not doing any kind of repairs like that. I am not a fucking handyman. I can't believe it. It was very surprising. And you might be asking, now, how did you manage to do that? Well, for some reason, I could have just taken 2 fingers and unscrewed the hose, but I thought the part it was connected to, it was actually connected to another part above it. So I took a wrench and I basically broke it, and then I realized what I did wrong, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I unscrewed the hose and I screwed the new hose on, and I said, well, I broke it clearly, but maybe I didn't break it bad enough. Maybe it'll still work. So then my dumb ass turns the gas on, and then I hear the clicking noise of about turning on the hot water heater. It goes click, 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 like it's about to turn on the hot water heater. But apparently all the gas seeped out of the pipe, and it was like all around me, and then the hot water electrical spark sparked it, and the whole thing exploded into my face. So yeah, I'm dumb. Long story short, I'm dumb, and I'm going to kill myself if I'm not very fucking careful. So, also, I need a new hot water heater. I had the most simple repair in the world, and now I have to pay a couple $100 for a new hot water heater. So, super chats, please. Please super chat me so I can buy a new hot water heater and take a shower. I really need one because I am fucking gross and disgusting. Fuck my life right now. And, let's see. Oh, yeah. You guys seen Artie Lange's new jail picture? Let's see. Artie Lange. What do they call that? Mugshot. That's what they call that. Mugshot. His latest mugshot. So yeah, I was like looking around the other day, and I came across Artie Lange's latest mugshot, and I was thinking to myself, holy shit, dude! You know, I've always been kind of a little bit insecure about my nose, and I've been saving up for a nose job, but then I looked at this, and I was like, man, you can shrink your nose by snorting cocaine. That's fucking awesome. So instead of like saving up for a nose job, I just went out and bought a whole fucking bunch of cocaine, and man, that's way fucking funner. I'm having a goddamn blast. Can't wait till I take a little bit of centimeters off. So thank you, Artie, for guiding my life in the right direction. You're a king among men. And next up, I understand, believe me, I understand that some people are like, Dusty, it's okay to deer hunt because the deer are overpopulated, right? People are hitting them with their cars and they're eating up crops they ain't supposed to, man. And they're just every fucking where they're being a nuisance. That's why hunting is good, man. Gotta handle the overpopulation. But look, dudes, I understand that in some areas, deers are over fucking populated, right? And I understand that somebody needs to take care of that. I just don't think hunting is the best way to accomplish this, right? You know, I care about animals and I care about their feelings and I don't want them to be hurt unnecessarily. So, if animals have to be killed, if deer have to be killed, I want them to die in the most pleasant way humanly possible, which is why I'm advocating for overdosing deer on heroin. Why not, dudes? Let's overdose the deer on heroin. At least they'll go out happy, man. They'll be like, holy fuck, man, this is goddamn awesome. I want to die every day. So, yeah, I'm on board with giving deer drugs. You can quote me on that. And here's my impression of Zizek. Oh, God, here we go. Zizek voice. I don't know if I never even tried. I should have tried this. I should have practiced before I came on the air. But let's see. The great feeling of someone that allows, in fact, too many decisions. I do not wish, frankly, to think about cheese and the toppings. And this reveals this, that we do not want choice, but that we, Steph, want the illusion of choice. I don't know what that was. I don't know where I went with that impression, but that was not even fucking close. I had no idea. I'm not good at impressions, clearly. That was just bad. Even I recognize how bad that was. So, anyway, it was way funnier in my head, to be quite honest with you. Let's go back to the chats a little bit. Chirp, what the chat have to say? Careful with water heaters, Sir Dusty. Well, yeah, I know now. Nothing wrong with heroin. I've never done heroin before. I'm actually going to show a few videos in a minute. Part of my video segment tonight is going to be showing women on heroin and the effects of heroin on you. And I'm never going to... Yes, Smeagol. I'll do my Smeagol voice. The precious. I'm going to the precious. Yeah, I don't know. That's more like an antelope from... Yeah, no. I'm sorry about that. I'm really... That was pretty good, Dusty. Yeah, thank you for lying. That was not good. I am bad. I should be ashamed. I'm not. If I was, capable of shame, I'd be ashamed. But I don't have those emotions. So, let's go ahead. Continue on. Oh, yeah, man. I guess we're going to a war with Iran or something because of this? Yeah, I'm not really sure. Never forget, dudes. Remember that time Iran shot down our drone? Fucking Iran. Let's just nuke the whole goddamn country. Let's turn the whole thing into a glass parking lot. Nuke Mecca, fuck them. But no, dudes. No. Motherfuckers, please do not let the goddamn Republicans pull us into another war. How many times are we going to have to go through this? How many times are we going to have to relive this fucking Groundhog Day? They already spent trillions on the Iraq and Afghanistan war. Enough money to cure homelessness, to cure hunger, world hunger. Enough money to give a great start to all of us to have universal health care and save 45,000 lives every year. But instead, we took that money and we used it to kill millions of brown people in another country that had very little effect on our lives. So, are we going to continue to do this for fucking ever? Are we going to allow them to get us in wars over and over and over again and spend so much of our money on that bullshit instead of infrastructure and money for the American people? How many times are we going to fall for this bullshit? Trump is on record directly saying that Obama wanted to start war with Iran in order to get reelected. He's doing exactly the fucking thing he accused Obama of doing. It's so scary and ridiculous. How do we get this guy in fucking office? I just don't understand it at this point. So bizarre. And, more on Trump. Yes, we almost just started a war for no particular reason. But Hillary Clinton used personal email account to conduct work business, so they're the same. And that's exactly what he's saying. He's still talking about fucking Hillary Clinton. He's trying to fucking start a war with a goddamn other nuclear-powered country, and he wants to fucking talk about Hillary Clinton. She lost! Get the fuck over it! She's not even running again! How many times are you idiots going to be distracted with the stupid bullshit before you wake up and realize what the fuck is going on? He's distracting you so he can fucking start wars and, bankrupt our country. It's so fucking frustrating, all right? So... Also, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Amazon will pay $0 in taxes on 11.2, is that billion or billion? It gotta be billion. $11.2 billion in profit in 1 year. $11.2 billion, zero in taxes. So that's nice, right? System working exactly as it should, isn't it? No, it's not. Nobody should have this much power. Nobody should have this fucking money, because money is power. Money is a direct correlation to power. The more money you have, the more you can influence things, the more you can buy people off, the more you can do some nefarious shit. And they don't pay back into the system. These rich people, they never fucking pay back into the system. They're just leeches. They're like hoarders, money hoarders. They pull and they pull and they pull money out of the system. They drain it from the system, and they add nothing back to our fucking society. And this motherfucker is one of them. Goddamn Jeff Bezos. No fucking billionaires. There's this meme that's going around. It's Jay-Z and what's his wife's name? Beyonce. And it says, what's better than one billionaire? And I guess you're supposed to say 2 billionaires because they're black billionaires and we're supposed to support them. Fuck that shit. 0 billionaires is the only thing better than 1 billionaire. No fucking billionaires. It's ridiculous. It is not good for the system to allow such a few amount of people to hold so much of the money, because money is power. And when you let this amount of power be consolidated in such a few hands, it is obviously bad for society. I should not have to explain why, but working as intended, that's capitalism for you. No, fuck off. And this one from Kahuna. Let's shit on Greg a little bit. Man, it's fucking hot in here. You guys know Greg, armored skeptic, vanilla skeptic, just fucking awful. Just how did this guy become one of the most popular accounts in the skeptic community? Well, I know how. Because the skeptic community is shit now. Where Joe Rogan is the de facto leader of the skeptic community. This is exactly how this shit happens. But anyway, he put out a video and he was basically putting forth some bullshit arguments for abortion. One of the arguments he put forth is that there was actually a debate where some people wanted to kill babies outside of the womb, which never fucking happened. Nobody ever wanted that. This is literally bullshit. This is a lie that Republicans made up. And he's basically trying to prop up this lie to make it look like he's a centrist and they're reasonable in some of their arguments, but no. He's like, yes, it was a thing in that it was a subject of debate in Virginia. It was only a subject of debate because conservatives were lying about it, and you're pretending like it was some kind of legitimate thing to bring up so you can other side this bullshit. But the other side is wrong, you're a dipshit, fuck off. Which prompted the right to spin it and push for an outright ban. It was the right who brought that shit up to begin with. I never said it was practiced anywhere, you moron. You were such useless waste. I'm so sick of you lying about me. Oh my God. I'm being so bullied right now. No, dude, no one's bullying you. You just continue to put out shitty fucking information because you're a dumbass who doesn't research fucking shit. And you, at all times, want to remain a centrist because you built up this right-wing fan base of douchebags that you're so scared of alienating because you know that's where your fucking money comes from. And you're a shameless grifter, right? So anyway, obviously, he got pushed back from this shit and started banning everybody because he's a brave free speech warrior, isn't he? Oh my God, look how brave, the bravery. So inspiring. Wait, no, when did this happen? It happened the moment you spoke out against this guy. This is what they all do. They all can't take criticism. They all can't take pushback in any way possible. They're just all fucking hypocrites. Blocked by the greatest skeptic for fact-checking his wild claim about Democrats advocating infanticide. Yeah, this is classical liberal, popular liberal Twitter account that destroyed him and got blocked. You helped spread the propaganda in your video by saying post-birth abortion is a real thing. And now you're doing it again. Killing babies after birth is illegal everywhere. They have not legalized it in Virginia. For the love of God, learn to do basic research. And then he said the stupid thing he said. I already replied to that video and explained that you took that Northam quotes out of context and misrepresented what was being talked about. Literally no one is arguing for the killing of viable babies. You dipshit, you absolute moron. And then next thing you know, boop, you're blocked. Yep. Don't fucking try to debunk Greg. He's a skeptic. Skeptics don't want to hear that shit. You know, they can't take constructive criticism. God, you guys are so fucking weak. And I'm the big SJW, right? I'm the big SJW that lives in an echo chamber, right? Never fucking block anybody. I get shit on from the moment I wake to the moment I sleep, every day in, day out. And ooh, feed that shit directly into my veins. I love it, man. It's fucking awesome because when you get flack, you know you're fucking over the target, right? I have no fucking problem with that. I read every bad comment, man. Like, I used to hook myself up to a fucking blood pressure monitor and see if the bad comments had any effect on me, and my blood pressure goes down when I read them because I don't give a fuck. And it's not that I'm just so awesome or cool or anything. It's just you get used to it, right? It's been going on for 10 years. Who cares? It's just words on the internet. You know, if they're right about you and what you said is wrong, then you should listen. And if what they're saying is not right about you, then who gives a fuck? Either way, all right? It doesn't matter. Anyway, let's check out the super chat. Super chat, blah, blah, the show, super chat, blah, 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 blah. Rogan lost me when he let Alex Jones off the hook. Yeah, Roland is not interested in keeping anybody or holding anybody to task or, putting out honest information for his audience. He simply really does just want to put on the most entertaining show he can possibly. And he doesn't care what the truth or what influence it has on the population is. And some people are like, fine, that's exactly what he should do. He has no obligation whatsoever. But I think that's bullshit. I absolutely think that's bullshit because I've seen firsthand the harm this kind of shit causes. I've seen firsthand the harm that I've caused. My group, the Cult of Destiny group that had 25,000 members on it, that I got so ashamed of being a part of, was an excellent example of this. That my actions were attracting so many shitheads who were following my leads, and they were doing things that were just outright racist and homophobic and things I was uncomfortable with, and they were just following my lead. They were following the atmosphere I set up. So I know personally, firsthand, the influence that influencers have. So yes, it matters. You don't have to think it does, but you're wrong. Ford 8484, you ever considered going on Cal Kalinski's show or David Pakman? Sure, I doubt they'll have me. A lot of these people don't want to be associated with me because I'm kind of radioactive in the community. And people don't really know what I'm going to do because I'm kind of a wild card. Wild card! I'll do anything and I'll say anything. You never fucking know. So a lot of people are too scared to have that on, and I don't blame them. Keep up the good work, Dusty. Peace and love from Houston, Texas. Thank you, N. Fernando Gill. Really appreciate that. D-Dog, 2015, $10. The pinnacle of American masculinity is Teddy Roosevelt, a founding feminist, a real man, empower others, not oppress them. They certainly aren't afraid of the competition. I totally agree. Real men are about, I hate to say that, real man. If you think you're a man, you're a man. I don't give a shit. Like, if you want to be a man, that's what a real man is to me. But part of being a man, in my opinion, also encompasses honor and protecting the weak and the most vulnerable of society and stuff like that. So, if you don't have that, then I have trouble associating you with manliness. I just want to hear you say Bob or Blob Darkass. Blob Darkass. Thank you, Blob Darkass, for that $25. Blob Darkass is amazing. Until next time, Blob Darkass. Tyson Monum to $2. What is the hardest drug you've done? Hardest drug I've done. I did meth one time. I only did it fucking once because I didn't know what it was. I was told, hey man, we have this new drug. It's new on the scene. It's called ice. And I was a dumbass. I didn't know ice was meth. I had no clue. And they're like, it's called ice, man. It's amazing. And I was like, oh, cool. What is it? It's like, oh man, it's just this new. It's like not anything else. Nothing you've ever tried. So I tried it one time. So I was like, all right, sure. How do you do it? Oh man, well, suck on this glass pipe right here. But what you want to do is put it past your teeth to make sure the smoke doesn't blow past your teeth because this stuff is really bad for your teeth. And I should have known right then, hey, this sounds exactly like meth. But I didn't. I was like, okay, cool, free drugs. And so I did it and I was up for 3 days. And I was like, holy shit, man. I'm still up after 3 days. I am never doing this drug again because I like sleep. Sleep is one of my main drugs. I cannot fucking live without sleep. I sleep 12 hours every goddamn day. I just can't handle it. So I was like, no, this is the worst drug ever. It's like the opposite of weed. Weed makes me sleep. This is terrible. So anyway, I guess that's the hardest one I ever did. But yeah, not a fan. Not a fan of the meth. Also bad for your teeth. Bad for your teeth forever here. D-Dog 2015, 20 pounds. Remember when Iran started a war with the U.S. in 1988 for shooting down Iran Air Flight 655, killing 290 people, which included 66 children? No. So why are we threatening war over the Wally's flying cousin? Yeah. The United States government literally overthrew the Iranian government in the 60s. Iran, if you go look at the old pictures, they used to be an incredibly free society compared to now. Women weren't covered from head to toe. They would wear bikinis and stuff to the beaches. And it was a lot more like America than you would imagine if you look at old pictures. And now it's like they've regressed back to the 1800s. Everybody's covered from head to foot. And a lot of that is because the United States overthrew their democratically elected government. We always do that shit. We always interfere in other people's countries, and then we fucking throw a hissy fit when they try to retaliate against us. Absolutely ridiculous, but it works over and over and over again because people don't give a shit. They're brown, nuke 'em all. Fucking racist idiots in America. D-Dog 2015, 5 pounds. Let's say real men to distinguish true masculinity from toxic masculinity. Okay, works for me. The real man, non-toxic one. So anyway, more super chats, please. Appreciate that. Like button the show. How far are we in? We're 52 minutes in. All right. I guess I'll go ahead and do the video portion of the show. Video portion. Some people love the video portion. Some people hate the video portion. What do you guys think about the video portion? Let me know your comments, suggestions. So first off, this guy is a bus driver, and he seems like he is a little too high-strung for the job. I know it's a stressful job, but he's fucking freaking out, man. Just calm down and relax. No doubt about it, he got fired after this. Let's have a look.
Successful job!
Okay.
All right! All right!
Hey, take it
Just get off the bus. I'm having a stressful day. I don't want to hear you back talk.
Everybody else is...
Let me just vent. I'm just venting. I'm 7 minutes down. I'm sick and tired. It's not all right. I'm going to get written up for it. You don't do my job. You don't know what you're talking about.
But I know you got to be a good job or you wouldn't be here.
That dude is freaking out, man. He is just having a full-on hissy fit, dude. That is not how you keep your job. Just relax, dude. Seriously, if you cannot handle a high-stress job, you should not be in that high-stress job. And she's just being calm. She's like, I'm not talking back to you. Relax, dude. He's just going off. I feel sorry for people that have regular jobs. I mean, I know it's stressful and shit. I don't believe human beings should have to spend their entire life working at menial jobs they hate. It just seems like such a waste of an experience. I mean, as far as we know, you only get one life. You only get such few precious moments in existence. And to have to spend it, working so much of your life away day in and day out at something you hate just to survive just seems like a waste of your very valuable time. And so hopefully eventually our society will rise and create a system that moves beyond this, more like Star Trek has, where people can actually do what they want to do instead of what they're forced to do. So, next up, oh yeah. So I don't speak Spanish, but apparently what is happening here, I'll just go ahead and play it. Yeah. At first, I thought that she was just quitting, and this is one hell of a way to fucking quit, man. Way to waste some money. She is going to owe a lot of fucking money. But apparently, somebody that speaks whatever language she is speaking told me that she says that they owe her money and they refuse to pay her. So this is how she's getting her money back. She's like, fuck y'all, if you're not going to pay my money, I'm just going to destroy every one of your things. I basically paid for this anyway, so fuck you. And man, she's going to town. She having fun, isn't she? She is making a mess. I feel sorry who has to clean that shit up. That's all, like, booze are expensive, man. That's a lot of money worth of shit. She's still going. She having fun. Yep, still going. Still going. She happy with herself. Yep. What you gonna do about it? Nothing. Still going. Look at that mess. Holy shit. That's a fucking river, isn't it? She wrecking that. Holy shit. Nobody stopping her. Everybody just letting her do it. I don't think I'd stop her anyway. I'd stay out of the fuck her way. She is on a mission. And this is what it's like to have cats. If you guys don't have any fucking cats, it's like this. So this girl's like, hey, I'm just gonna shoot this cute little video where I'll see if I can stuff myself into my suitcase. Haha, is the camera on? Yeah, the camera's on. So here we go. I'm gonna stuff myself in this suitcase. And the cat comes up and the cat's like, what the fuck are you doing? What is this? Who is this? Somebody's, oh my God, attack it. What is this? Fucking an alien just came in the suitcase. And that cat ain't happy. Biting her, attacking her. Intruder. That's why you don't do that shit. And she got a fucking blanket. Get away from me, crazy cat. The cat's like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm going for the fucking face. You just climbed out of a fucking suitcase. You were obviously a demon from hell who must be eliminated. And now the other cat's attacking him. Everybody just mad. Yeah, run, run. Don't fuck with cats. Cats are evil.
Jay!
That cat is angry. I'm gonna fucking get you. Yeah, right away. Run away from the cat. And there's something you don't see every day. This guy's like, yeah, I'm just gonna go jump on the back of this cop car. Holy shit, look at this. Woo! I'm stomping on your cop car. What the fuck are you gonna do about it, motherfuckers? Oh, yeah, they're going to arrest you for it. They're going to throw you on the ground and they're going to arrest you with 30 cops. That's exactly what's going to happen to you. So, long story short, don't jump on a cop car and stomp on it. That's a bad idea, especially if you're black. Like, don't do it if you're white, but if you're black in America, yeah, way bigger chance they're going to shoot you. So, pro tip, don't do that. And apparently, Cuba Gooding Jr., you guys know who that is? Show me the money! Apparently, he has been accused of sexual harassment or groping or some shit like that. And apparently, they had the video here. So let's look at the video and see for ourselves if he groped this chick or not. What do you guys think? Cuba Gooding Jr., innocent, not innocent?
TMZ
Let's have a look for ourselves.
Video. You can see his
all right.
Accuser
Chick comes over, sitting close to her.
Arrow. He then appears to be reaching over his girlfriend and touching the woman sitting next to her.
He did that.
First her leg, and then he moves his hand up towards her chest. The woman then appears to grab his hand and push it back.
Yep.
But
He
his
said,
lawyer
nope,
says
don't do
the
that.
video will actually help clear Cuba.
All right, looks like he reached over and touched her knee and grabbed her breast or whatever a little bit. And he wanted to obviously hook up on a three-way. He's like, hey, I'm Cuba Gooding Jr. I have a girlfriend here, and you're coming over, and you're obviously hitting on me and my girlfriend, so let's do this. And he just made his move, but you can't do that. There are new rules now, motherfuckers. No matter how rich, famous, handsome you think you are, you can't just go grab it on women that you think want to have sex with you just because you're used to women treating you a certain way. You have to have fucking permission, otherwise it's considered groping and inappropriate. Just learn, dudes. What the fuck? It's so easy. Just don't fucking touch women unless you ask them. And women don't touch dudes either. It works both ways. You know? But anyway, I don't know if he should be arrested for this, but I guess it's easy for me to say because I'm not the woman. I don't know if the woman really felt violated or whatnot. And holy shit, is this his lawyer? Good Lord. Too much Botox or something. That is scary. Anyway. Was it false charges? Yeah, gotta blame the victim. It's her fault. I don't know. Maybe she did stalk him. Maybe she wanted it. I have no clue. I'm gonna say not though, because until I know more information or actually have evidence to the contrary, I'm going to assume she is telling the truth and she's a victim here because that is the correct position to take in these circumstances. Trust but verify. What do you guys think about that? Is Cuba Gooding Jr. innocent, or is he a dirty groper? Cuba Gooden. Yep, that's how I pronounce it. Dusty just lied about police violence. Did I? I don't think I did. Reached over his girlfriend. Yep, apparently his girlfriend. Him have an understanding. Dusty just lied about police violence. Okay, cool. Actually, there's not a way bigger chance they will shoot you. Doubt. It seems like there is quite a larger chance the police will shoot you if you're black than if you're white, according to statistics. Don't know what you're talking about. Dude, if my dog wanted to kill me, it would have such an easy time. I could take my dogs, I think. You take my cats too, but I don't want to fuck with them because they basically have like razors for claws and they will trim you up. Cuba, that is not okay. Nope, not okay. Innocent until proven guilty. Well, I mean, that's a court of law. We don't have to fucking, like, we can have an opinion about other people's innocence or guilt without having to wait on a court of law. And also, like, the court said OJ was innocent. Do you believe OJ is innocent? Or they said he was not guilty. Do you believe he is not guilty just because the court said it? Fuck no. OJ's guilty as fuck, obviously. So you can have an opinion without having to wait for the trial. You can, like, research information for yourself and form an opinion. Okay. Yeah, women can touch men as well. Fair game. Yeah, they shouldn't though. Dusty being a bit biased and not letting innocent until proven guilty. No, I don't believe in innocent until proven guilty. I don't believe you have to wait for a court of law to decide on something and just believe what the court of law says. I think you can look at this stuff yourself and make a decision and opinion, obviously. 80 cops were recently removed from the streets due to racist comments. Good. All right, next up on the video show, this dude.
Like everybody else.
Like, we're talking about this black dude here. Now, this dude handles himself beautifully. This white guy here handles himself absolutely like a champ. He stands up for himself. He's not intimidated, but he's not obviously trying to push violence on the guy. He's not backing down, but he's not being overly aggressive. And this guy, I know he's drunk and he's being a total shithead, but in a way, I really feel sorry for him. But it's because it's clear he has incredible self-esteem issues. Whatever's happened to him in his life, it's beaten him down and made him feel really low about himself. And so he feels like he has to put on this air that he's this badass gangster. He's this tough fucking gangster who murders people and he just got out of jail and he will fuck you up. And it's just to mask his clear low self-esteem. And yeah, I don't know. I have empathy for him for some reason. It's weird, but let's listen.
Call the cops for you.
I think you should just sit down.
Look for a place to sleep.
I don't give a fuck about cops. I just came home. 25 to life. I killed my mom and dad, nigga.
I killed my mom and dad, 25 to life. So you killed your mom and dad and they let you out of jail? I mean, you only look like you're like in your 30s. So you killed your mom when you were 10 and they gave you 25 years and they let you out? Is that what you're saying here? No, dude. No, you're just trying to act crazy and tough to intimidate this guy, and it's sad, and we see through it.
Are you proud of that? Are you proud of that?
I am.
Okay, well, congratulations. Good for you.
Proud of that?
Right now. Right now. In front of everybody, I'll blow your face off right now.
Does it make you
I'll
mad?
blow your face off right now.
All right, yeah, that's you're threatening to murder a guy on public transit, dude. That is not fucking okay. You should be arrested right now. And I would have no problem if this guy laid you out right now. Even though I'm totally against violence, this guy is well within his rights to do that, but he does it.
Let's get it shaking, boy. Let's get it shaking, boy.
Let's get it
I'm
shaking,
ready
boy.
anytime, man.
Take him out. Take him out.
Take him out.
You wanted the cops?
I'll call the cops. Cops! Cops!
I got 100 witnesses
Cops!
here
saying he was threatening this old man right here. Telling him that if he touches you, you're gonna fuck him.
Exactly.
This is a subway. We all touch each other. He didn't try to do anything mean to you.
You look good. You look good. I'll fuck you right now, nigga.
I don't like that. You're gonna not say that to me anymore. You hear me?
Like, I'll fuck you right now. I was in prison. I fuck everybody. I'll make you my girlfriend, dude. What is wrong with you? These are not things to brag about. Seriously.
Now what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
I'm just telling you.
What you gonna do?
That you're gonna stop. You're gonna stop.
What you gonna do?
Are you trying to threaten him?
I'm telling you, you ain't fucking me. That's what I'm telling you. You ain't fucking nobody with me standing right here. That's what's happening. You ain't fucking nobody. You might masturbate the fuck off, but you ain't fucking nobody.
Get him. Tell him.
I don't care if you're gay. You can be gay.
Gay.
Now, gangster.
I'm a gangster.
Everybody knows you're gangster now, so why don't you sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up so we can all enjoy our ride home.
Good.
Where's the alarm?
He's so drunk, he don't know what to say. It's like, dude, just sit down and calm down. No one's intimidated by
Stay
you.
here till you get home so that these people aren't bothered by you anymore.
Tony out.
All right.
Get off the fucking train anyway. Glad I don't have to drive the fucking subway. Sounds awful. Man, I used to ride the bus, and there's people like that on the bus all the time, which is not bad. Like, I'm a man of the people, so to speak, because I didn't have that much of a problem with it, but there are a lot of crazies on there. Anyway, next up, this fight has fucking everything. White girls who are from the hood, a gun, gunfire, a black guy recording it, making cool commentary. Let's have a look. She's telling you. She don't give a fuck.
World star.
I don't understand white people who behave in negative stereotypes of black people. You know, they behave in ways that people use to put black people down, and you're behaving like this. It's just stupid. Like, most black people don't behave like that, and you don't have to behave like that to try to be cool. It's just, it's not cool. It's just cringe. So anyway, long story short, they go out here and they fighting. She jumps her, and like every fight, they pull hair. Every girl fight, they pull hair and punch the face. She got some real classy tattoos. This one is all class.
That's a rental.
Both these girls.
This
is a rental. Go for my car.
That's a rental. Y'all got to get off of that. That's a rental.
Yeah.
Do y'all thing.
So classy. And now this girl coming over there, and she got a gun in her hand.
Go ahead, baby. Go ahead, baby.
Yeah.
Go ahead, baby. You done did your
She
thing,
pulled
baby.
a gun.
Go ahead, baby. You done did your thing, baby. The law gonna come. Go ahead, baby. You done did your thing, baby.
Like, stop. Get the fuck off of her.
Go ahead. Go ahead. The law gonna come. Go ahead. Come on. Now, to pull it off for you now. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry, the law gonna come. You done did your thing now. Go ahead.
I guess maybe that girl's black. I don't know. But anyway, half black. I'm not sure. But she's acting in a stereotypical way that is not good.
Hey, go ahead, shawty.
And she's gonna roll back over the car. And watch, this is crazy. She slams the car door on the girl's leg, man. Ow!
Oh shit! Fuck it.
Ow! That'll fucking hurt, man.
Fuck it.
I've actually slammed my finger at the car door. Not hurt. Imagine somebody do it on purpose. And now this is that girl. Girl pulls her gun out, fires it. Yep. Get inside the store, duck.
Just saying, watch out.
Yep. Somebody pulling guns.
Up.
Run away.
Hey, little shawty.
Shit popping off. Anyway, long story short, they eventually get in their car and drive off. I'm sure the cops showed up, but that's some crazy ass shit. Next up, we're going to talk about heroin. You guys ever done heroin before? I never done any fucking heroin in my life, but I'm not gonna, because I've seen what it does to people, and I can only assume this is what this, I don't know if this person's on heroin or not. Like, it kind of looks like they have a heroin nods at the end. The moving around a bit, that's not like heroin, but she like falling and can't really stand. And this guy's just trying to hold her up to keep her from like impaling herself. He's trying to be nice to her, but she can't even really stand. She's doing the heroin nods. Just fucking must be amazing to throw your whole fucking life away for, but I ain't never gonna try this shit. And here's a couple people on heroin. This is what heroin does to you. Makes you nod right there in the middle of the street. Must be some good shit. Look at me, I'm just nodding. Oh, it feels so good. I don't care what I look like in public. I don't care what a fucking fool I make out of myself. How much trouble I get into for doing drugs in public. Heroin's so good, but nope. Don't do heroin, folks. Don't do heroin. And they basically just talk to him, and they basically say, yep, we just gave him heroin. This guy's like, yep, gave him heroin. And last up, here's another girl doing heroin.
Look at her.
Look at her.
She only 12.
She's like, I'm almost 20. Yeah, she fucked up, man. Fucked up. Man, I did all kinds of fucking drugs, but I stay away from the ones like this, the ones that really fuck you up. Like, really, the worst drug I've ever done is alcohol. Like, that's the only one that even comes close to this, close to making you look like a fool in public and doing embarrassing shit. Nothing I've ever done even comes close to that. Alcohol's dirty as fuck, but heroin, look at her, she's gonna shake her butt. But heroin is also a dirty drug, in my opinion. It's one that's too good. It must be too good because motherfuckers are willing to ruin their whole life over it. I just don't need that shit in my life. And this little dude thinks he's a badass. He got little man syndrome. This is what I try to avoid at all costs. I'm a little dude. I'm like 5'7", but I definitely don't have little man syndrome. I'm like, fuck that. I ain't getting a fight with nobody regardless of how big I am or how big they are. I ain't got nothing to prove to you. But this dude, he fucking with security. He clearly thinks he's a badass. Nope, you shouldn't have done that. Don't throw at this guy. Look how big this guy's compared to you. What are you going to do, little drunk asshole? He's like, go, dude. I'm going to hurt you. Go.
I'm telling you,
He's trying to tell you. Oh, he said the N-word.
Fuck you, bitch.
Boom, yeah. I fought guys twice your size. Did it go like that? Did they knock your ass out, too?
Don't touch me no more.
Yep, just lay there, dude.
Get your stupid ass up.
Get your stupid ass up. Go home.
In the car. Now you got tears in your eyes.
You got tears in your eyes.
Because I got it on. Going to jail.
You acted all manly. You just got knocked the fuck out, dipshit. Yeah, that's another reason don't drink. Drinking makes you act like a fucking idiot. And we're going to finish up with this video. I fucking love this. This is a Mustang owner trying to show off as he's leaving the parking lot here. And he wrecks into a fucking Lamborghini parking lot. A Lamborghini dealership. I shit you not. Let's have a look. Hilarious. Like the worst thing you'd want to smash into. It's like, hey, I'm going to fucking go drive my goddamn car like an asshole around these priceless artifacts. I'm going to drive it near this museum with 10,000-year-old fragile artifacts from Iraq. Yeah. Show us what you got. Show us how manly you are. Yeah, get it. Get it. Woo, get it. Yeah. Oh, no. You just wrecked into a fucking Lamborghini parking lot. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, my God, dude. You fucking moron. Was that worth it? I acted like a big shot. Look what I did. I acted like a fucking idiot. No, dude, you wrecked into a Lamborghini parking lot.
Are you okay?
Are you okay? Anyway. The guy didn't really show the damage he did, but I'm assuming it must have been significant. But I love seeing like shit like this. I love seeing assholes get their comeuppance for being just, you know, trying to act like I'm all cool and stuff. But apparently this happens a lot in Mustangs because Mustangs have some kind of, I guess, safety system that like disables certain brakes or something during certain conditions, and it's not meant for people to show out and shit. So when people show out in their Mustangs and stuff, the safety features kick on and it makes them all fishtail and shit and wreck. So it happens all the fucking time with Mustangs. So yeah, dude, if you're a fucking toxic masculine asshole who likes to show out in your car and shit, you might want to not buy a goddamn Mustang, or you end up like this fucking idiot. So anyway, that's the video segment of the show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Video segment. Now let's read the super chats. Super chats, label of the show. Let's see what you guys got to say. Not very many. HS Ross, $10. Sorry if you've already talked about this, but if anyone doesn't already know, the first Democratic debates are next Wednesday and Thursday. It'd be great if you spend some of the next Friday show on them. Okay, that's cool. I will review the Democratic debates when they come on next week. Good idea. Josh Ross and D-Dog 2015 just want to give a shout out to sex workers. Yay, I like sex workers. Especially migrant workers who have to deal with nonstop harassment and criminalization. Stay strong. Sure enough, sex work is legitimate work. It should be fucking legalized. No problem with sex workers. They're doing the Lord's work, in my opinion. So, more super chats, please. Please consider supporting the show. Even $1 or $2 really helps. Need you guys' help because, yeah, my channel is hemorrhaging fucking subscribers because people don't like the new show, and yeah, that's all good. So what does the regular chat say? Lambos aren't priceless artifacts. I know they're not priceless artifacts. I'm making a joke as the next thing he's going to do after he does that is he's going to go ride his fucking Mustang around a museum of priceless artifacts as his next trick. That was the joke. Go watch the video and get back to me. Okay, don't know. Good videos tonight. Thanks, appreciate that. Glad you guys enjoyed it. Lame videos, fuck you. You guys don't have any idea how hard I have to fucking comb through the videos on the internet. I literally watch videos for like 10 hours. 10 hours! Just to find a fucking few good ones because it's all shit out there. Fucking people like shit and they upvote shit and that's all I fucking shit all day long. So you're welcome that I went through all that trouble and filtered that shit out for you motherfuckers. Ingrates. Don't be stupid, Dusty. That helps. Okay, yes. I will try not to be stupid. Lazar is for real, guys. Totally. Lazar's totally for real. Alright, so let's continue with the show. Let's see, an hour and 15 minute into. Looks like we're going to be about a 2-hour show tonight. Seems about right. And, who we shitting on next? This one's from reading. Oh, next we're going to talk about this guy. So Destiny had this guy on. I guess Mr. Reagan was his name. And, yeah, I'll just play it for you and you guys can decide for yourself what you think about this. Let's see what Mr. Reagan has to say.
Wait, so you would say somebody like Owen Benjamin is not a racist?
I literally know nothing about Owen Benjamin.
Okay, because he has a video where he literally said that if he had to choose a doctor, he would never go with a black doctor over a white doctor because he would be too scared the black doctor would kill him.
Actually, I understand that completely.
Do you think that's a racist sentiment?
100% no.
Oh, God.
I think that is a sentiment. And listen, I worked for a black doctor, and he was an awesome guy. I love him to death. He's an amazing guy. Works in Beverly Hills. He went to school at Harvard. He grew up in Beverly Hills. He went to Beverly Hills High School. Great guy. Love him to death. But in general, if you don't know what the doctor, who the doctor is, if you don't know him personally, and you just see that they're black, right? Because of affirmative action really screwed over good black doctors.
No,
look at Ben Carson, like one of the best brain surgeons in the world. Genius. But because of affirmative action, they're held to a different standard. Black people are held to a different standard than everybody else, a lower standard.
Do you think that there are doctors that pass med school that otherwise wouldn't because affirmative action somehow gives them better grades?
I think that what happens is that people suspect that maybe these people... Look, I don't actually know how...
you can't get through med school on affirmative action. There's not like a grade.
You can get through med school with flying colors, and you can scrape by, just like everything else.
Yeah, but you know what they call the worst white doctor that graduates from a college? A doctor. Like, as long as you pass, you pass. Okay, whether you're the best or the worst.
That doesn't alleviate people's fears, their perceptions.
Okay, but their perceptions is what's racist. Just because people perceive that black people are worse doctors doesn't mean that's not fucking racist. It's like, yeah, just because they perceive that. They truly believe that, so it can't be racist. No, that's why it's racist, you fucking piece of shit. When you perceive somebody is inferior due to your own biases without knowing anything about them, there's a word for that. It's called racism, Holy shit, dude.
You're giving me like a million different reasons why people can be racist. You're saying like, well...
It's not about being racist.
Look, you're talking about judging a doctor's capabilities just based on the color of his skin. How is that not racism? Like,
it's not based on the color of his skin. It's based on the system that judges him by the color of his skin.
No, it's based on you judging him by the color of his skin.
I am critical of the system that judges him by the color of his skin. I say, let him into med school at the same standards as everybody else. Right, and to be honest, I don't even know if med schools enact affirmative action in the same way that other kind of,
I don't even know what I'm talking about.
If you're going to hire an engineer and you're going to think, okay, I know that affirmative action, let this guy into college. How much more likely are you?
So affirmative action was set up to help black people, and while there might be some negative effects of it, to go in with the mindset that, oh my God, this black person obviously is only a doctor because of affirmative action and I don't trust him as much as I would a white doctor, that's racist. That's totally fucking racist. You have no idea what his background is. You have no idea who he is or his qualifications, and to just make a snap judgment about him, a negative bias snap judgment based entirely on his race, is racism, you fucking moron. God damn these people. It's just incredible. Like, they can be as racist a piece of shits outwardly as humanly possible, and they'll still say, I'm not racist. How is that racist? I'm not racist. And speaking of which, Sean made a great video pointing out why Steven Crowder's racist. Let's just... Well, I'm not watching the whole thing because it's 33 minutes.
Now, before we get started with the video today, I'm going to have to include a brief note about the concept of guilt by association. Now, let's say, for instance, I work in an office and a colleague of mine is photographed kicking a cat, say. Now, it would be unfair to also declare me guilty of that crime simply for being associated in an unrelated way with the perpetrator. However, let's say an associate of mine is photographed kicking a cat, only this time we're associated because he attends my cat kicking course, where I teach the most effective ways to kick cats. That wouldn't merely be guilt by association then, because the way in which I was associated with him would have a direct link to his actions.
Exactly.
That's just something I think it's important to make clear at the start here, and you'll hopefully see why this was needed as we go on.
It's like people that are saying, you have a problem with shoe and head, signal boosting for Lauren Southern. That's guilt by association. No, it's not guilt by association. That's just guilt by actions. When you go on a girl's show and you help propel her into fame and make videos with her that were specifically, obviously made to get Trump elected, that's guilt by your actions. It's not guilt by association. People use guilt by association as kind of a get-out-of-jail-free card just to hang out and signal boost and support utter shitheads that they absolutely have no business in spreading whatsoever. But, oh my God, guilt by association. No, dude. No. Guilt by action.
Anyway. Hello everyone, again.
So anyway, I won't play the whole video, but Sean basically goes through and he shows all the racist assholes that Steven Crowder platforms and puts on his show. And he explains that, yes, you are helping spread racism. You are helping give a platform and signal boosting for racist goddamn assholes. So if, like, you're helping spread racism and you're, like, literally doing racist stuff yourself, he shows here I showed it last week, the Steven Crowder bit where he dresses like a stereotypical Asian dude. I don't know where it is on here, but anyway, yeah, that's racist, dude. That's fucking racist as shit. Like, even if you say you're not racist, if you're helping racism to spread, if you're doing racist skits yourself and you're platforming other racists who are spreading racism, then what's it matter if you say you're racist or not? It's the same fucking exact thing, you know? Doesn't matter. It's like Lauren Southern says, I'm not a white supremacist, but she goes and does nothing but spread white supremacist propaganda. Okay. Fine, I don't give a shit what you say. I care about your actions, and your actions prove what you actually believe, and that's that you're a racist shithead, which is what Sean points out in an excellent video. But, you know, doesn't matter. He still made millions off this recent controversy. He's still making millions and millions and millions a year because this is the type of person that conservatives support. Conservatives don't give a shit that he's a racist piece of shit. They actually like it. Finally, somebody is saying what we're all thinking. And, man, ALC is really kicking ass. It's unbelievable. But she says, apparently, she called the camps that they're putting people who are trying to get asylum, I guess immigrants who are trying to come to this country, get asylum. They're basically putting them in detention centers or camps or whatever. And the dog pound has no running water, no covers, no tarp, no care, no safety from the elements. It's freezing at night and deathly hot during the day. Everyone is sick. My friend said she saw a baby on the strip that was so sick. So, yeah. Sounds like a concentration camp to me, or like the word concentration camp has many different definitions, and they're broad, and it's not just about the concentration camps like they had in Nazi Germany. There are many different other concentration camps, and I think actually one of our presidents maybe it was Roosevelt or one of them admitted that he wanted to build concentration camps to hold immigrants and stuff. So anyway, I guess conservatives are freaking out because AOC called them concentration camps, and oh my God, they have to find something to outrage the public by, something to distract you with, so they'll jump on fucking anything, no matter how minor it is, to be outraged over. So they're outraged, oh my God, she's fucking not being sensitive to Jews because she's comparing what the migrants are going through to what Jews went through by calling them concentration camps. But no, all this is conservative political correctness. It's all the fuck it is. It's when they decide that you can't say certain words because they're offensive. 100% conservative political correctness. Political correctness, it exists on both sides. But conservatives only fucking call it out when the left does it. When they do it, they have no fucking problem with it. So She says, I'm curious, at House GOP, what would you like people to call these Trump-run human cages? According to you, concentration camp experts and historians are wrong. So what do you call it? What term makes you feel better about brutality? Internment? Detention? Freedom Center? That's right. What is the politically correct way to say this to you conservatives that will make you feel uncomfortable and not uncomfortable with the language that we're using? Because all you guys are fucking snowflakes who continuously do the exact goddamn shit you accuse the other side of. Fucking crits. And Stefan Molyneux is back at it. A black living in England for a few years is called English. Whites who have lived in Africa for longer than America has been a country are still not called African. And he's like, a black. That's how he refers to black people. He refers to them as a black. You know, the blacks. Those other people, the blacks. So funny. It's like Stefan Molyneux is everybody's racist uncle. And like you're at Thanksgiving with him and you're like, Stefan, come on, don't be racist like that. He's like, I'm not being racist. Just because I think black people commit most of the fucking crimes and our whole country would be way better off if it was a white nationalist society. How is that racism? For obvious reasons. I don't feel like I really have to explain that to you. But, and I like Cody Johnson from Some More News. A black, he points it out. Yep, that's how Stefan Molyneux thinks about black people. They're the blacks, them, those people. What do you mean by those people? And I thought I'd look at this video. I didn't watch it yet, but I thought I would check it out a little bit. This is that Dave Cullen guy, the guy who was not debunking. He was trying to debunk my video about SJWs, and they took a screenshot and put it on the cover of the New York Times. So apparently, exactly what I said was going to happen happened. I said that the skeptic community, of which he was a huge part of, back when I came out against the skeptic community 3 years ago, he was one of the main ones that shit on me and had very popular videos that were shitting on me, and lots of his fan base came and ridiculed me and tried to bully me, but you can't really do that because I don't get enough of a shit to be bullied. But and I said, this is pushing our whole community to the right, and next thing you know, like, all you motherfuckers are going to be Christians again. That's the direction it's going. Well, yep, they're Christians again.
So Dave Cullen, otherwise...
Lots of them are joining the faith again. They're rediscovering their Christianity now. That's what skepticism has turned into. So I'm just going to watch a little bit of this. Let's see what it says.
Known as Computing Forever, has decided to convert to Christianity. I find it refreshing that he has come to the realization that his conservative beliefs are not really...
Okay, so I thought this was his video, but apparently this is somebody else's video on his video. So... I wonder if they have a link to his video. Here we go.
I've waited a long time to make this video, mainly because I have no idea how people are going to react to it. As you know, I cover a lot of dark and tough subjects on this channel. The fall of the Western world and the fate of humanity type stuff. And through it all, simply calling out how bad things are or how crazy they've become can get repetitive unless a solution can be offered.
Yeah, lying repeatedly does get repetitive, you're right.
Unless there's a pathway to suggest to people. We all need hope and to believe in a better world.
Okay.
And I hope this video explains...
I don't need any God for that whatsoever. I need no Jesus or no fucking ancient monkey text to believe in hope or believe in a better world. None of that. What the fuck are you even talking about?
Not only my own journey towards an emerging spirituality, as well as some reason for optimism, but also offers a clear explanation of how we can overcome the existential threats facing our nations.
It
seems now that a pattern is beginning to emerge among many of us who operate in this genre of red pill philosophy. When you take the...
Cringe. God. Is there any phrase that makes people cringe more than fucking red pill? If there's not, if there is, there shouldn't be, because... Holy fucking shit, the entire concept of red pill is so embarrassing. But my favorite part of the whole concept of red pill is the fact that it was basically popularized by two trans people, the Wachowski brothers from The Matrix. Now, I know the term red pill and the red pill concept has been around before The Matrix, but it was popularized by these two trans women, and it's fucking beautiful that the men's rights activists and the anti-HJWs who tend to demonize trans people actually took one of the concepts from trans people and they spread that. Hilarious.
Metaphorical red pill. It's just the first epiphany, the first layer. You realize how much you've been lied to all your life.
By you.
You discover that you've been fed an ideology perpetuated through biased narratives and spin.
This guy's a Christian just saying this. He's talking about his journey back to Christianity, talking about ideologies that are created with spin and false narratives. Holy shit. Talk about a guy who has no self-awareness whatsoever. Then again, he may just be a grifter. He may just know that he's going to make 150,000 views off this, make tons of money, and he knows his audience is a bunch of Christians, and by going this direction, he can fleece the new flock. But holy shit, terrible.
You begin to discern truth from illusion and reject the programming that they attempted to indoctrinate you with. Now,
holy
if the red
shit.
pill is...
Irony! How could you get any more ironic than this? A motherfucker saying this, talking about becoming a Christian again.
the means by which you discover that you've been lied to, the black pill is how you learn just how dangerous those lies truly were. The black pill is where you descend down the rabbit hole further and learn just how bad things have become. It's where the consequences of evil become truly apparent. It's also the point where you begin to experience a degree of hopelessness and despondence. This is the point of rock bottom. But luckily from there, the only way is up. Things can seem bleak, but it's virtually impossible to stay black-pilled for long. It's simply too...
I want to stay black-pilled. If it means not believing in your ridiculous horse shit, give me all of the black pills. In fact, if somebody hands you a blue pill and a red pill and tells you to choose, take both of them because free drugs. That's my opinion.
Difficult to entertain nihilism or despair for extended periods of time. Eventually, an appetite for hope, optimism, and meaning begins to develop.
I have all of that. I'm a total atheist, and I have hope. I have optimism. I'm living one of the happiest lives of anybody I've ever fucking known right now. Like, hopefully that comes through. Like, I bitch and complain a lot, but man, I'm having a blast doing the show. I'm having a blast in life. I'm having fun. And I'm atheist as fuck, man. I have no belief in an afterlife, no belief in a God looking over. None of that shit. Don't need it. Has no bearing on my life whatsoever. You're an idiot that needs that crutch. Now, you may be so weak that you need lies and fairy tales to give you hope, but some of us are not that weak. Some of us are strong enough to deal with reality as it is and take hope in things as they are, not in how we wish they were based on no evidence.
The soul requires nourishment. Enter the white pill, also known as the God pill. You begin to desire action, order, purpose, and a semblance of values in your life. The world may be going crazy, but you're not going to.
I have all that. No God is necessary for any of that. What the fuck are you talking about?
The very values that have been stripped from Western nations by the left for the last 50 years gradually begin to make sense.
What? Hating on gay people? Fucking making sure you can marry children? I mean, what has Christianity brought to us that has been stripped away, that has hurt society? Maybe he will.
I guess I considered myself an atheist since I was about 13. I rejected the religious teachings of my parents, who were both devout Catholics and quite conservative. And as I entered my teenage years, I began to become more liberal, and I believed that I could have all the answers, that science and secularism...
This is another thing we got to pretend like he's liberal. You're not fucking liberal, dude. You've been talking about conservative politics forever. For years and years and years. You've been nothing but a conservative, anti-Islamic douchebag. Why are you pretending like you were this big liberal? Why are all these guys always that make these right-wing videos pretending like they were liberals or they're still liberals or some shit? It's ridiculous. No, you weren't. And no, you're fucking not. And most of you people don't even know what the fucking the left is. Like, the left in America is not even really the left, man. The left in America are central right on the worldwide scale, because actual leftist policies are like communism and stuff, not fucking democratic, or not what the Democrats are trying to do, and not social democracy. None of that is fucking far left. You people just don't have any clue what you're talking about. I had somebody the other day that said milkshaking conservatives was fascism, because all fascism is political violence. And I'm like, you have no clue the words you're using. Fascism is not simply political violence. Fascism is ultra-nationalism with a strong, centralized leader. That's what it is. That's not fucking what we're talking about here. You know, communism has violence in it too, political violence, but it's not fascism. People have no clue the fucking sentences and words they use.
Were adequate substitutes for religion and faith. But as I grew older, I also became more conservative, and I began to realize that the wisdom of my parents was based on something timeless, universal, and tried and...
Yes, the wisdom of your parents who went to a Catholic church and literally paid to cover up child pedophilia for years. Your parents literally worked their lives away at a job that they probably didn't like. They exchanged their very, 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 very valuable hours in their life for money. And then they took this very, very, very valuable hours of their lives they exchanged for money, and they gave it to pedophiles in order to cover up pedophilia. Amazing wisdom your parents had. You should definitely listen to what they fucking have to say.
Tested for thousands of years. That the teachings of Christ were a set of rules and instructions that not only made intuitive sense when carefully studied, but actually had been essential in building and maintaining our Western civilization. While a decade ago I had buried myself in the Horsemen, in my mid to late 20s watching Hitch, Harris, Dawkins and Dennett own religious apologists in debates time and time again, I had, however, dismissed all too quickly that the Horsemen were simply unable to adequately refute the claim that you cannot get an ought from an is. Science is the means by which we understand the physical world around us.
Oh God, he's starting to use Destiny's arguments, isn't he? And listen to too much Destiny here.
It is not the means by which we derive our morality. For that, we need philosophy, metaphysics, religion. Human beings need...
No, you don't need anything of that. You don't need any of that. It's basically empathy. That's all you need. The ability to put yourself in other people's shoes, understand what they're going through, and then treat them as you would want to be treated. It requires nothing else. Literally zero else to have morals. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? If God disappeared tomorrow, if your belief in God disappeared tomorrow, you wouldn't go out, rape, murder, and kill people. The reason you wouldn't do that is because your beliefs and your morals have nothing to do with religion whatsoever. And if they did, you would be a psychopath who should immediately be locked up and nobody should listen to. So which is it, dipshit?
Relatable stories, instructions, parables, in order to develop a moral and ethical frame.
This guy's definitely a Jordan Peterson fan. All right, I played enough of that as I could. I'm not going to play the whole damn video, but... Oh, God. Back to the religious grift. This is what we're going back to again. You know, the skeptic community, our entire job was to stand up and destroy people like Joe Rogan who have shameless lying Conman grifters on, and destroy people who spread religion, religious dogma and bullshit. And instead, the entire community decided that blue-haired college kids were the greatest threat on the planet. They turned their back and they let all these people rise up again and take back over, and that's exactly what is happening. But no, fuck that. Round 2 of the battle against religion has just begun. Apparently, we need a new revolution. We need a new revival against the new crop of religious assholes that are popping up. And if nobody else is going to do it, if people like the amazing atheist are not going to do it, fucking I'll do it. We're going to talk about TJ again. TJ made another shitty video with a stupid-ass opinion, shitting on the left. I'm going to talk about that at the end of the show. But if he refuses to cover this really important stuff anymore, I'll do it. I'll be the real amazing atheist. And next up, we're going to talk about, apparently, I love this woman. Her real name is Marijuana Pepsi. And she just fucking owned that shit, man. Apparently, her mom named her that, I guess. Black people... I'm not really sure why. I think a lot of it is that black people don't feel like they're a real part of the American system because of how they've been oppressed and demonized for so many generations and not given a fair shake. And just, you know, if you had a history of that and your family and your people had a history of being treated like they weren't a real part of society or equal part of society, you might eventually start believing, hey, I'm not an equal part of society, so fuck this society. I'll just behave any way I want to. Like, fuck you all. And then, so I think a lot of black people are like that. They buck traditional societies, traditional norms. They name the kid weird shit just to kind of, I don't know, go against the system. So she named her kid Marijuana Pepsi. And this woman didn't try to change her name. She didn't try to go with Mary. She just fucking owned that shit. I guess she wrote a PhD. She completed her dissertation on black names. And she refuses to change her name. She refuses to be ashamed of it. She just owns that shit. So here's to you, Marijuana Pepsi. Love that shit. Makes me want both marijuana and a Pepsi. I salute you. And next up, TJ made a new video. We were just talking about that. Harvard versus Cal Cashew. And I watched this video TJ made. Oh my God, TJ. So basically, TJ's mad at Harvard because Harvard's a bunch of stupid lefties who decided to disinvite this gal Cal Kushoff for releasing study documents and other private messages that say the N-word a lot and make fun of black people and whatnot. And of course, TJ is like, freedom of speech, freedom of speech. He should be able to say whatever he wants to, and he's apologized. And Harvard takes government money, so they shouldn't fucking care. They shouldn't let him in the school anyway. But it's a stupid fucking take because Harvard has no way of knowing if this kid is going to do something more racist once he attends their school. They have evidence that he has said and done racist shit in the past, and he said he's apologized, but they say, okay, well, he's apologized, he's, made amends, and we're satisfied that he's okay, and we're going to let him into our school, and then say he does something else racist, and then Harvard looks like a fucking piece of shit. You know, Harvard takes the slings and arrows. People saying, hey, you had adequate warning. This guy was racist and now he's done something else. See, Harvard? What the fuck? You're doing nothing but enable racism. And then they're going to have to take shit for it. So they don't want any part of that. They don't want to take any fucking chance that the name of Harvard might be tarnished by something like this. So they're just saying, okay, well, we're picky as shit about everybody and we're not going to take the chance on you because this may give us a black eye in the future. So you're disinvited now. Makes complete fucking sense. Okay, it's completely rational. 100% completely rational. Has nothing to do with free speech or any of that shit. They just aren't willing to take a chance that this dipshit is going to make them look bad in the future. Totally fucking understandable, 100%. And TJ, of course, has got to take the side of, oh my God, these liberals just hate Facebook. Doesn't it ever get old saying the same shit over and over again, the same childish 16-year-old take, TJ? Isn't your world, if you ever going to become more nuanced and realize that there's actually probably more to the story than your idiot brain is capable of imagining? Like, they're completely reasonable in what they're doing here. Absolutely nothing unreasonable, and not wanting somebody who has a history of saying racist shit not be a part of your curriculum when you have lots and lots of diversity on campus. So, anyway, typical TJ, but people will get mad at me for calling it out. You know, the skeptic community used to be about fighting this shit, but now you can't even call it out without them getting mad about you. And, oh my God, this fucking turkey right here. Jack Dorsey, he's, I guess, the president of fucking Twitter. Total fucking moron, this guy. So apparently he has, he's a lot like Steve Jobs, and he's just kind of this wackadoo out there idiot. He has this tent, apparently, that is an electromagnetic tent that he spends time in every single day. It's not just any tent. Dorsey's tent made from a steel-infused material that blocks electromagnetic frequencies, EMF, and radio frequencies, RF. According to its manufacturer, SaunaSpace, it houses a stool and 4 near-infrared light bulbs that turn the enclosure into a sauna, or in SaunaSpace words, one's very own EMF-free ancestral space. Oh my God, seriously. You people have way too much fucking money on your hands. If I were to bring my phone in there, for instance, there's no signal whatsoever. Well, just turn your fucking phone off, dipshit. For free! Turn it off for free, motherfucker! There's no radiation EMF from power, from Wi-Fi, from cellular, Dorsey said on a March episode of biohacker and fitness guru Ben Greenfield's podcast. It feels a little bit different because you're not getting hit by all the EMF energy. It doesn't feel any different. You can't feel it whatsoever. You were just a lying fucking hack. No idea what you're talking about. This is the kind of cringe bullshit that rich people buy and believe it actually does something good for them when it does nothing whatsoever. Totally stupid. And everything about this is terrible, and it actually is. I read this article. So apparently, this is an Instagram couple who don't have a job, and this dude's parents work 3 jobs and gives them money so they can go on vacation. And so apparently they don't have enough money to go on vacation, so they set up a GoFundMe so people could pay for these motherfuckers to go on vacation. And people are like, get a motherfucking job. What's wrong with you? We ain't paying for your fucking vacations. Didn't you just say your mom works 3 jobs so you don't have to work and you guys go on vacation and live this fucking rock star lives? And like, oh, we can't get jobs because if we got jobs, it would interfere with our rock star lifestyle. So just, oh my God, these people. This is what society has become, these entitled idiots. Like this job could even get this guy can't get a real job anywhere because look, you know, like if you're not independently wealthy, don't get facial tattoos. I'm just saying, dude. I mean, I guess this guy doesn't have to worry about it because he has his mommy. He has his mommy to pay all his bills for him. But in general, unless you're a fucking famous rapper or a boxer or some shit, not good for your career decisions. Okay. And, he got shit on so much. He was like, and with this post, I will step away from social media for a little while, Caitlyn said. And I guess that was her. I mentioned that I'll be doing the hardest thing I've ever done mentally and physically soon. That thing turned out to be a walk, which Caitlyn said would involve moving for as long as possible with no sleep, social media distractions. So anyway, basically they say, we're going on these trips to raise awareness for mental illness. How is you motherfuckers going on vacation raising awareness for mental illness? So I've decided to set up a GoFundMe for my trip to Hawaii, which is meant to raise awareness for cancer, ball cancer. Yeah, why not? Ball cancer and vagina cancer too. All the cancers, all the genital cancers. Gonna bring total awareness to it. I'm gonna need I'm thinking about 20 grand. 20 grand ought to be good enough for me to make people aware enough of genital cancer. So please, folks, give me money so I can go hang out in Hawaii and we can cure ball cancer immediately. And I'm going to get a face tattoo probably Logic right across the top of my forehead. It'll be amazing and you guys will love it. So let's read the super chats. Super chats. Okay. Dusty, this is exactly what I meant when I said I wanted to see supercar crashes. I'll send you some. Okay, well, send me what you want. If I like them, I will play on the show. Thank you for it, Ross. HS Ross, $2. Philosophy Tube had a very nice video on sex work. Yeah, I like Philosophy Tube. Like, that guy's a sex homo for some reason. People think that dude's really sexy. I see that all the time. Oh, my God, Philosophy Tube's so sexy. I'm like, I don't really see it, but oh, well. I guess I'm not supposed to. Does good work, though. KConda, $5. Have you seen the video of the guy on LSD and ecstasy at the water park? No, I hadn't seen that. Send that to me. That sounds right up my alley. Advanced Level Gaming, $2. Advanced Level Gaming, $5. Forgot to enter a message, so you get double the donation. Hooray! Thank you. Where does the balance between feminist issues and free speech lie? Subscribed on Patreon. Thank you very much. The balance between feminist issues and free speech lie. Not really sure what the question is. I mean, free speech is basically just about the government not punishing you for saying whatever you want. I don't really think too many feminists are against people's free speech. You can say what you want to. You just don't have freedom for the consequences of what you say. You know, people are allowed to get angry with you about it. People are allowed to remove you from their platform if they don't want to be associated with the shit you're saying. But you can still say it. And as long as it's not violent. I mean, there are some things that clearly are meant to spread violence and hate towards people that shouldn't be allowed to be said or covered under free speech. But other than that, you can say it. Just prepare for the torrent of shit you'll get. So thank you for that. Appreciate that. D-Dog 2015. Any other Islander cringing at this blue shirt? Blue shirt's the Catholic fascist 1930s. I don't know. Probably. Any of you out there, Irelanders? Apparently D-Dog is one of your fellow countrymen. So anyway, thank you for that. More super chats, please. Been a little light enough tonight, so guys want to hook me up some super chats? I appreciate it. I'll read the rest of them in just a second. And on with the show. Let's see what the regular chat has to say. Guys got anything good for me in the regular chat? Those face tattoos look good when you're young, but terrible when you're old. Yeah, I don't know how good they look when you're young either, but I know I'm old, so it's not really my thing. I mean, it's fine to me. Like, it's not my business what tattoos you get if you want to get tattoos on your face and shit. So I'm not gonna judge you for that, but I am like able to point out my observation that having face tattoos is bad for your job prospects. Right? I don't think I'm saying anything controversial when I say that. They are raising awareness for it by being mentally ill. That's a very good point. They are, aren't they? Tattoos make people look dirty, dirt that doesn't wash off. I don't want to say that, but tattoos are not my thing. But if they're your thing, more power to you. God, he is hideous. Some girls like that, I guess. But does TJ still abuse bananas? I don't know. I'd rather diss TJ for the stupid shit he says and promotes instead of the banana thing. Dusty needs to go on Joe Rogan. I'll go on Joe Rogan if he has me on there. If he wants to have me on there for me to explain to him exactly why he is not living up to his responsibility, I would be happy to do that. Joe Rogan, if you're listening, have me on. I'll come in there and I'll explain it. Like, Joe Rogan needs to hire me, honestly. Like, Joe Rogan is clearly incapable of researching his guests properly or holding them accountable to anything. But I would. Like, I would see who he has on, and I would research everything about them and every, like, bad point, every negative thing to debunk them that everybody has pointed out. And I would know every fucking thing about them before they came on the show. And I would be like his little Jamie and sit there and be like, nope, that's bullshit. Nope, here's why it's bullshit. Nope, here's why it's bullshit. Nope. That's what he needs. He has the largest podcast platform in the world, and he has a responsibility to make sure he doesn't allow misinformation and bullshit to be spread on that platform. He doesn't live up to that, and he needs to find somebody who will help him out with that, or he needs to just fucking end the show or something, dude, because really unacceptable in my opinion. Those tattoos are terrible. Just another trend. Yeah, it is a trend. Not my thing. But did you see the oil refinery that blew up today? No, I missed that. I'll have to look that up. Why is Lazar lying, Dusty? I explained that, didn't I? You can watch the video. You can go watch the video where they ask him about his MIT and his Caltech background, and they're like, can you just name some of the students you went to school with or some of the professors? And he literally names off the professors, and you can go look these people up, and you can see that they never taught at MIT. In fact, one professor that he mentioned taught at the local community college he went to, and the other one he mentioned was his high school teacher. So yes, you can find this out for yourself if you go look. Quit being gullible, goddamn idiots, you fucking morons. You can't debunk Bob Lazar. Yes, I can. I can absolutely debunk Bob Lazar. What the fuck? You have not looked it up. That's the only reason you can't debunk it. But I definitely can debunk it, and I have. But I don't think Dusty is out here trying to debunk Lazar. He's only taking about his known lies. Yeah, I'm debunking the things he's lying about. Sure. I mean, I can't debunk whether he is actually viewing UFO technology, because, like, I can't debunk if he said, I saw a pink elephant that was flying. I couldn't debunk that either, because he doesn't provide evidence. How can you debunk something that no one gives you evidence for? They're just making claims. So, no, but I can debunk the things that he's actually said that are provably untrue. So, Which conservatives would you want to debate? I don't know about debating any conservatives. What's the fucking point? None of it is about policies. It's all about tribalism. You ever pay attention? It's clearly about tribalism. It doesn't matter what Trump does. It doesn't matter what he says. All that matters is that Democrats are evil. And so whatever Trump does is good. And that's how most conservatives see things. And of course, liberals are tribal too. And a lot of them see the same thing on the other side. But they have more of a justification for feeling that way because conservatives literally are doing things that are incredibly harmful to society that should be opposed and fought. Deep Fat Fried is funny. Okay, cool. I don't care about that. I can't imagine Rohan could know everything about every guest. No one's expecting Rogan to know everything about every guest. They are expecting Rogan to do the basic amount of research, and he could have done one single Google search on Bob Lazar and at least read his Wikipedia page and realized that there's proof out there that he's lying about his credentials. That doesn't mean he has to know every fucking thing about every guest. It just means that he has the responsibility to do at least the most basic amount of research and then call out his guests for bullshit they have spread. Nobody should expect any differently, and anybody that does just proves why the skeptic community is the way it is. It's completely a shit show now. No one has to take responsibility for anything. You can literally spread lies and misinformation, and nobody believes you have to be called out about it or held accountable. So that's you motherfuckers. You motherfuckers have changed. I haven't. Cal agrees with you that debates is WE politics, intellectual discourse. Yep, it is. Debates are usually about personalities. People decide who won the debate based on who more easily explain their position. And so usually the simplest positions win because people's minds aren't really set up for nuance. So conservatives win a lot of times because their positions are incredibly childlike, easy for people to understand, even though they're incredibly wrong. Joe Rogan is putting on a show, not an informative podcast. Well, I mean, that's bullshit. If you actually look at the comments, not everybody, but a great amount of people watching that believe that he is putting out information and they believe the information he has put out. So that's incredibly that's a cop-out. It's an actual cop-out to reality. If he puts out a show and the people that watch his show believe he is putting out actual information and they believe that information, then that's the show he's putting out. You can't fucking just turn around and says, no, man, it's just entertainment purposes. It's not his fault. People believe. Yes, it is his fault. Yes, it's Lauren Southern's fault if she puts out white supremacist propaganda about the Great Replacement where she uses a literal Nazi as her source and people believe that and go and commit violence over it. Yes, she absolutely is partially responsible for the lies and misinformation she spreads on her platform, and so is Joe Rogan. And if you don't think so, you're fucking wrong. You're all wrong. What can I say, folks? You're fucking wrong. We have a society, and we want the society to evolve. We want our society to be better. And one of the main ways to do this is to hold these influencers who are influencing motherfuckers to harm our society to be better. They have a responsibility for their large platforms. They have a responsibility for what they allow on their platforms. They have a responsibility not to let misinformation spread. And if you disagree, you're fucking part of the problem. Fuck you. No two ways about it. Fuck you. Is he doing this intentionally or just getting carried away? I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit why he's doing it. It doesn't matter to me. What I care about is the actions, the results of what he's doing. That's all. I don't give a shit if Lauren Southern puts out white supremacist propaganda because she's just a stupid bitch or that she's lying. I don't care. The results are exactly the same. What is it? 50 people dead in a mosque. Who gives a fuck if she's just doing it when she's an ignorant bitch? Doesn't matter. Perhaps you overestimate your influence. I guess it's possible. I don't know. I mean, I get people messaging me all the time thanking me for what I do and telling me I've influenced them. So I assume I have some influence over some people. All right. Next up, let's continue with the show. More super chats, please. Lifeblood of the show. Folks, ask me something that I cannot answer. Ask me something that's going to be embarrassing. Or post your best joke about anti-SJWs. All right, let's see. Boom. Next up, we're going to talk about Ben Shapiro. If you had Ben Shapiro on your bingo card on when we're going to shit on Ben Shapiro, mark Ben Shapiro off because we're going to shit on Ben Shapiro now. Ben Shapiro says racial wealth disparity is mostly due to individual choice and people making poor decisions. Oh my God, this is some racist goddamn bullshit right here. And I'll let him say what he has to say, and then I'll explain to you why he is a racist peckerhead.
That is a perfectly reasonable thing to say, but because he says that, he's apparently a racist. And that's what this entire debacle is designed to do. The entire debacle is simply designed to suggest that anyone who seriously asks questions that are very serious about how exactly you would do something like this, that those people are inherently racist. And that if you suggest that the disparities between black and white wealth in America are not wholly due to the legacy of slavery, which they are not. Okay, they are not. They're in part due to the legacy of Jim Crow. They're in part due to the legacy of slavery. Jim Crow more than slavery simply is a time factor because Jim Crow is a lot more recent. People who are still alive experienced Jim Crow, many of them. But even that pales in comparison to the fact that intergenerational poverty is largely a function at this point in American life of individual choice.
All right. I've talked about it so many times before. So much of the middle class wealth in this country that white people have is directly led to racist policies. To say otherwise is just a lie. All right, so look it up. On average, 10 people in America, on average, black people in America right now have 10 fucking times. It's not a misquote. Look it up. It's even more than that, I think. I think 10 is like conservative. But 10 times less wealth than white people because of their inheritance, because they're inheriting lots less wealth from white people, than white people, rather. And the reason this is you can trace this directly back to stuff like redlining, the Homestead Act, which was a land giveaway that black people were left out of, that lots of white people can trace their middle-class wealth back to. Stuff like the GI Bill, tons of white Americans can trace their family's wealth back to that, which black people were excluded from. It came from things like the fact that places like Black Wall Street, which was the most successful black community in America, was literally firebombed by planes, burned to the ground by white people. Stuff like that building up over and over and over again. A system of 100 years of oppression of black people led to the system that we have now, where black people have 10x less wealth than white people do. And they've done studies that abso-fucking-lutely show that the greatest predictor of how successful you'll be in life is how much money your parents had, how much wealth you came from. So absolutely has nothing to fucking do with bad decisions. Now, are there a lot of bad decisions in the poor community? Of course, just like there are in every fucking community. But to say that the racial demonization of black people for hundreds of years did not directly lead to and is the major cause, the most important cause of why black people are so much poorer than white people today is simply racist. That's exactly what it is. It's saying you black people had 10 times less wealth, not because of how you were treated, but because somehow you've made bad decisions. Somehow you are inferior to the white people and the Asians who have done so much better and made so much more money than you have. It's a fucking racist ideology, is a racist mentality that completely whitewashes all the bad shit that created the current situation that we have now and that black people have now. Ben Shapiro is a racist fucking shithead.
17, 18-year-old people who are making poor decisions to impregnate women and then leave or commit crimes. How that is a legacy of Jim Crow.
So that's why black people are poor. Oh, you blacks are poor because you can't keep it in your pants and you commit all these crimes. That's why you're so poor. It has nothing to do with the fact that you've been systematically oppressed for 100 years and it's happened over generation and generation and created a snowball effect that created the situation we have now. No, it's because of you. No, Ben. You're dumb.
Or slavery, as opposed to today, people born in the year 2000 and beyond, people committing crimes. How that is supposed to be recompensed by a Jewish immigrant who arrived in 1910. How you even work this is how do you justify something like that? How do you blame somebody who is not involved in a crime for a crime that was done to somebody else's great-great-great-great-great-grandparents? How do you make that happen?
I don't know what you're talking about. I wouldn't hold something you didn't do against you. But however, I would hold it against you if you're unable to recognize the system that has been put in place because of the things your ancestors did. And by not recognizing the system that's been put in place, you help perpetuate and carry that system forward to the next generation. That I do blame you for. I blame you for your own actions, but I don't blame you for what other people did. And you're totally racist for completely waving away with your hand the historical context in which caused black people to be in the situation they're in now. You're a piece of shit, dude. And next up, this one's from Brian Klaas. Oh, yeah. This is hilarious. So anyway, I guess Trump had another rally, and it had his son, his little dipshit son, open up for him. And his son starts making fun of Joe Biden for claiming that he's going to cure cancer. He's like, oh, he's going to cure cancer. Joe Biden's going to cure cancer. Why didn't you cure it already? What are you waiting for, Joe? And then right after, Trump comes on the stage and claims he's going to cure cancer. So, funny shit. Let's have a look.
Well, if you elect me president, Joe Biden comes out, well, if you elect me president, I'm going to cure cancer. Wow. Why the hell didn't you do that over the last 50 years, Joe?
We will push onward with new medical frontiers. We will come up with the cures to many problems, to many diseases, including cancer and others. And we're getting closer all the time.
Well, why didn't you cure cancer over the last 50 years, Trump? What are you waiting for? But of course, like, it does not matter that Trump said exactly the same thing that they're making fun of Biden for. It makes no difference to these people because they don't see it like that. They only see tribalism, us versus them. And if the other side does exactly the same thing we do, they're evil for it and we're not. They're just the hypocrites of the highest fucking order. But the fact that it happened so quickly, within like, I don't know, 30 minutes or something, him making fun of the other guy for doing exactly the thing his dad did, just shows these people are hypocrites, right? No leg to stand on any issue whatsoever. They're just about lying and distracting. And here's some Christoph. Oh, God. Are you ready for this, folks? Are you ready? Are you ready for Trump rap? This is amazing in every way. I'm going to have this as my ringtone. Let's do it.
People think conservatives don't have flow, but let me tell y'all something that you need to know. We fucking do, and we don't play. That's why in 2020 we gon' keep America great. I voted for Donald Trump, bitch. What you gonna say? He was the only one not selling out the USA. Get out my face calling him racist when he's not. Black unemployment's down. Don't you think that's hot? Wearing my red hat, I'm not about to stop that. Economy's booming. Why would anybody block that? The Democrats be pushing shit that I just can't get with. Open border socialism, nah, fuck that shit. I vote red cause I like my bread. I vote red.
Hell yeah, we voting red cause he likes his bread.
Cause I like my bread. I vote red cause I like my bread. If you vote blue, those Democrats will text you. I vote red cause I like my bread. I vote red cause I like my bread. I vote red cause I like my bread. If you vote blue, those Democrats will text you.
Hell yeah. That was some pure ass fire right there, dude. Gonna be a #1 hit. You are clearly very talented. You have made all good life decisions by doing this. Hey, let me write a conservative rap and then wear a beanie that says rich on it and stand in front of a black sheet and do this. Yeah, that'll be good. I'm going to be famous as fuck. Well, I probably will be famous as fuck. This kind of shit probably does play well in conservative circles. I don't know. They like that, what did they call it? Diamond and silk. They like Crowder. So why not this guy? But in one word, if I had to give one word, I think that word would be, what is it? Oh, yeah. Cringe! Fucking cringe. Of course, I can't say that, so I have to say the other word. Suboptimal! Suboptimal, the new catchphrase for the cult of Dusty. Suboptimal. Amazing. And since we're shitting on Ben Shapiro, God, this guy's a fucking piece of shit. He's all mad, just like TJ is. Amazing how TJ, the amazing atheist, and Ben Shapiro agree on so much, but Ben Shapiro says, regardless of what you think of Kyle Kushner, and for the record, I think he, like many other Parkland survivors, has handled the public limelight with grace and strength. Has he? Harvard's Otto DeFay? I don't know what that fucking means. Sets up an insane, cruel standard no one could possibly meet. That's right. Harvard has set up an unmeetable standard. It's impossible. No one could possibly meet the standards that Harvard has set up. But she points out, not being racist is actually an easily attainable standard. A very, very easily attainable standard. What the fuck, dude? And she got 20.2 thousand likes, and he only got 18,000 on his own tweet. So you win. Katie, you destroyed him. Absolutely ridiculous. It's like people saying, oh man, you expect Joe Rogan to know everything about his audience? You were holding him to an unreasonable standard? No. I expect him to do a very basic Google search. Maybe read the first link that comes up on that Google search and then, not let his guest lie and not lie on behalf of his guest. Is that really an unattainable standard? If that's really an unattainable standard for you, that says way more about you than me. That's the minimum. That's like literally the minimum standard anybody who has a large platform should do. And, Harvard not expecting people to be racist pieces of shit is really, really low standards. The bar is not set that high. And the fact that you think this is a high bar, Ben, says way more about you than it does Harvard. No doubt about it. And next up, this is, speaking of Trump, man, this is like right out of some dystopian future. And I guess it's better because Trump used to be at his rallies and he used to tell people, if you see a protester, just punch them. I'll pay your legal bills. Like literally. People say Trump doesn't promote violence, but he literally said that. Go ahead and attack these protesters. I will pay your legal fees. Well, I guess he's changed his tune a little bit. So at least now they're telling people not to attack protesters, but it's still very dystopian. Like something got in 1984. They played this apparently before Trump's rallies. Let's have a listen.
We all have the rights to free speech. This is a private event paid for and hosted by Donald J. Trump for President Inc. And you came to hear the president. To accommodate the right to free speech and peaceful assembly while ensuring an orderly rally, we have provided a secure area outside the venue for all protesters, and we ask anyone wishing to demonstrate to please exit to that secure area.
We are so supportive of free speech that we have a particular little zone outside to section you people off, far away where nobody can hear you and you don't disrupt us in any way. But we really love free speech, dude. We want you to be able to say whatever you want to say. We just want you to do it far away from us where we can't actually hear it and no one will give a shit about you. But we love free speech, dudes. Creepy as fuck. It's even creepier.
Despite this accommodation, some individuals may still seek to disrupt our patriotic event, and President Trump needs your help in maintaining a peaceful atmosphere at all times. If a protest starts near you, please do not in any way touch or harm a protester.
That's good.
Please notify law enforcement officers of the location of the protester by holding a rally sign over your head and chanting, Trump, Trump, Trump. Encourage others around you to do the same until officers can remove the protester from the rally.
We love free speech, but if somebody actually stands up, tries to exercise their free speech, drown them out by screaming Trump, 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 and then we'll come over and arrest them and kick them out. But we love free speech. We're the free speech warriors. We are the team free speech, but yeah. No, you're not. You don't want to hear anybody that goes against your narrative. You want to kick them out. Not a fan of free. Anybody that thinks Trump is a fucking fan of free speech is absolutely fucking insane. Dude wants to make burning the flag illegal. Dude covered for Saudi Arabia government when they came over and murdered a U.S. journalist. Did nothing to them. Not only is he a coward, not only is he weak, does not give a fuck about free speech in any way. It's just it's a tool. It's a tool they use to try to trick people with. It's a lie they use. And the anti-SJW and skeptic community is right on board with this lie. And more on Trump. God damn, this dude is such a fucking piece of shit. So apparently Netflix has this big popular documentary. Apparently it is the most watched show on Netflix right now, crazily. It's called When They See Us, and it's about the Central Park 5, which were these, I guess these 5 black boys who were in a park, and some woman was raped in that park, and so they had to find somebody to blame. And so they basically arrested these 5 kids, and they held them under duress, and they forced them to give false confessions and shit against their will. Total fucking pieces of shit. So anyway, Donald Trump, this was back in, I guess, the 80s, took out a full-page ad in the New York Times saying that he wanted them put to death. Racist. He's a racist piece of shit. Like, I used to defend Donald Trump, say he wasn't racist, but he is racist. Definitely fucking racist. You can look at his history of him and his dad being sued by the government for not giving apartments to black people, discriminating against black people, and you see the history of the way he's spoken about immigrants and black folks and other black folks who actually have, contact with him, explaining the racist stuff he said behind the back. But this is total proof that he's a fucking racist. So anyway, the guy who actually raped and beat the woman confessed, and DNA evidence exonerated the Central Park 5. So they basically asked Donald Trump, well, will you give them an apology? And this was his response. Fucking DNA evidence and a confession from the real guy. And this is Donald Trump.
April. Mr. President, will you apologize to Central Park 5? They've been exonerated. There have been videos and movies shown about the case, and you came out with a full-page ad saying that they should die. They're facing the death penalty.
Why do you bring that question up now? It's an interesting time to bring it up. You have people on both sides of that. They admitted their guilt. If you look at Linda Fairstein and if you look at some of the prosecutors, they think that the city should never have settled that case. So we'll leave it at that.
God damn it, dude. Seriously. DNA evidence and the admission of guilt from the guy who did it, still not enough to admit he was wrong. This is like narcissism in its purest form. Like, the ego will simply never allow you to admit you're wrong. And not only has he done irreparable harm to these kids already by putting that ad out, but he still fucking do it. He's still accusing these kids of committing this crime even years fucking later after the science has proven they're fucking innocent. So, like I say it over and over again. Trump supporters, they don't give a shit. They just don't give a shit that he is one of the worst human beings ever. Like, literally, I think he's probably the worst human being ever to run for president or win presidency. Definitely the biggest fucking liar. But it doesn't matter. Like, he can literally do anything. Like, you've seen, I've showed you video before where Trump supporters are like, yeah, he could smoke crack on TV. He could sleep with a kid. Nothing he could do will ever make me stop supporting Trump. And it's true. It just simply does not matter. And here is that, these people are not hypocrites whatsoever, are they? This is from the National Review. Post-Christian America is post-forgiveness America. And this is David French. Harvard demonstrates once again that post-Christian America is post-forgiveness America. I wonder if this guy is consistent on this. The death penalty helps preserve the dignity of life. Oh, yeah. Same exact dude. Fuck forgiveness when it comes to the death penalty, right? The death penalty is actually good. The death penalty preserves the dignity of life. Fuck your forgiveness, motherfucker. But when you say something racist and you can't get into an Ivy League school because you might say something racist again suddenly, oh my God, it's because this country's anti-Christian that you can't get into Harvard when you're a fucking steaming pile of racist shit. It's so awful, isn't it? No, you're awful. It's not awful at all. It actually makes complete fucking sense. You don't make any sense. And Dark Matter 2525, you guys know who that is? The guy that makes the awesome atheist cartoons on YouTube. He had a good take. If David Hogg was caught instead of Cal Kashuv, here's how it would change. Most of the right would dramatically change tact and harshly condemn Hogg. Yep, they absolutely would. They're like, see, your fucking boy is a racist. Your goddamn gun control boy, he's a fucking card-carrying member of the Ku Klux Klan. Exactly what would happen. Pushing the narrative that the left is filled with closeted racists. Exactly what would happen. The left would also condemn Hogg and disown him. That's exactly what the fuck would happen. The left would immediately disown him. They would have no problem with him being banned from Harvard. Just like happened to, guys, fuck, I'm so bad with names. Al Franken. Just like happened with Al Franken. Just pictures came out. Pictures where he was obviously making a joke. But it looked like he might be jokingly going to grab a woman's breast. And even the implication of joking about groping a woman was enough for liberals to disown him and have him retire from Congress, right? That's how liberals hold their side accountable. Exactly what would happen here. But the right doesn't give a shit. Like, this is such a double standard. The left standards become the right standards when and only when the right can hold those standards to the left. Both sides are not the same. So fucking true. Sure, there's a lot of team sports and unfairness on both sides, but only one side values loyalty above morality. It's exactly what the fuck it is. You know, these same people have no problem with anything Trump says, but they turn against Al Franken just for making a joke. So it's a double standard. They use our standards against us, but we don't demand they use our standards against them, right? So it's not an even playing field. This is how they win so often, because they're not playing fairly. They're not playing by the same rules we are, because they don't have the same set of morals that we do. And I guess don't want to play this one. I guess I'll skip Tucker Carlson. I'm tired of Tucker Carlson. So I read the super chats. Super chats. Okay, let's see. Friendly reminder, you all click the play button. Don't forget the click the like button. Please do. Please consider not only clicking the like button, but coming back after the show is finished, because it uploads the full show back to my channel, and you have to like it there. And also leave a comment. Leaving a comment lets other people see your comments, and it helps spread it. But also, the very, very best way to support the podcast, if you can't financially support it, is to spread it on Facebook and Twitter. You know, share the videos with people. Help me build this podcast up. I think I'm doing a good podcast. I am frustrated, to be honest with you, that somebody like Steven Crowder can do such a shitty, fucking lowbrow show and make millions of dollars, and the left tube is so struggling to do anything because left people don't support other lefties like conservatives support conservatives. It's so hard to get ahead. So if you guys like what I do, support the art you like or it goes away. It's as simple as that. Appreciate that. H.S. Ross, thank you, Holmesbucker. H.S. Ross, you should definitely debate idiots like Computing Forever and the independence of ethics from religion. You think Computing Forever will ever come on my show? Highly doubtful these people are going to come on the show. H.S. Ross, $2, you should work for Joe Rogan and turn him vegan. I'm not a vegan myself. I'm a vegetarian. But if he wants to hire me, I would definitely make his show more interesting and more honest, because he's not doing a good job right now. $5 from Ford8484. You're acting like TJ with the anger. Am I? Relax. At the end of the day, we're all on the same team. I'm on my team. I don't know what the fuck team you guys are on, but I don't think TJ's on my team. Fuck that. I don't want to be on the same team with TJ. So, Beth Houghton. Ben fails to mention redlining and homesteading. Yep. Damn it, you beat me to it. Yep, great minds think alike, but fools seldom differ. I'm going to go with the great minds for us. Thank you for that. Brian Dunham, $9.99. Man, Trump makes me want to drink. Also, I guess that means recession around the corner. I hope not. That's going to suck. Wouldn't be surprised, though. Every time conservatives are in office, a recession happens. Never fails. H.S. Ross, $5. Biden literally told his big donors that if he's elected, nothing will fundamentally change. We have to help Bernie win the primary or yeah, I mean, Biden's just an establishment candidate. Now, is he in every fucking possible way a human being can be better than Trump? Yes. If it comes down to him and Trump, will I be shilling for Biden? Yeah, I'll have to. I have no choice because, I'm worried about our society and the direction we're going. But is this a good thing to have happen? No. Hell no. Bernie's a way, way, way better candidate, and Biden sucks ass. So hopefully we can get Bernie in there. The progressive voice, 9 was going underutilized in Boo Saga. I'm not so sure if he was underutilized or not. I think they might have had him in there a little more, but I guess given the context behind the creators of the show, I can understand why he wasn't utilized to his full potential. Also, I had no idea what we're talking about. I've never heard of this in my life. D-Dog 2015, $10. Dark Matter 2525, Agent 47. Woohoo! I like Dark Matter. He's a cool guy. He's bald-headed and he looks badass in real life. Hans Buckler, $5. Are you familiar with Betty Bowers, America's Best Christian? Of course! Betty Bowers fucking rocks, man. She puts out some really good material. She's been around forever, dude. She's one of the old school atheist people. Hey, Dusty, here's another $5. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Castrix Defiant. I really appreciate that. You guys rock. All right, more super chats, please. Lifeblood of the show. Once again, ask me something that's going to embarrass me, something that's going to shock my mama. Stump the band. See what you can do. And I guess we're going to go into the religious bullshit segment of the show. You guys like the religious bullshit stuff? Hell yeah. People's always like, Dusty, when you going to do more religious bullshit videos? I do them every fucking episode. I do a bunch of religious bullshit stuff. So anyway, Mark Taylor says, Hillary Clinton would have turned churches into satanic temples. That's right. Because this is real life, folks. There are literally people out there that think this way. Not this guy, of course. This guy's just a con man. But people that watch him literally think this. And it's nuts. Let's have a look.
You've got thousands of pastors across the United States that were caught. There's a list called the Clergy Response Team. You can look it up through FEMA. And what these guys were designed to do, now this is the influence of the 501c3, what these guys were designed to do is that before Trump came into office, that everybody thought Hillary was going to get in. They never thought she would lose. Is that when they came to do the roundup, see, the 501c3 was designed, this is what the Lord was showing me, is that if Hillary would have got in, they were going to come to the churches and say, you're going to preach transgender and homosexuality from the pulpit, and if you don't, we're going to shut you down. And they were going to shut them down and turn them into a mosque or a satanic temple.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen, folks. If Hillary was elected president, they were going to shut all the churches down and turn them into mosques and satanic temples because there's so many Muslims everywhere, they can really justify filling them. And there's so many Satanists everywhere, the churches will be fucking full to the brims, won't they? No. Obviously, this is so fucking stupid. I mean, god damn it. Come on. How can anybody believe this bullshit? Obvious fear-mongering. And it's weird. Like, they can't stop talking about Hillary. She fucking lost, dude. Get over it. But they can't because they need a boogeyman to constantly scare you with. And Hillary was the best fucking one. Even anti-SJWs who call themselves liberals were jumping on the Hillary boogeyman. Like Shoe on Head and Chris Reagan, saying that Donald Trump was way less dangerous than Hillary. Hillary Clinton was a war hawk. He's going to lead us to war with Russia. But Donald Trump, it'd be hilarious if he won. Yeah, it's real hilarious now. He's about to start war with fucking Iran. So funny, isn't it, Chris Ray Gunn? God, I'm glad you were around to divert people to Trump's side. Otherwise, maybe we would have had Hillary as president. How awful that would have been. Fucking assholes. Oh, man. To think how much shit I took for calling these people out. And speaking of Satanism, Satanists gave the invocation at the Peninsula Borough Assembly in Alaska, despite a petition calling for her rejection. So apparently, at this assembly, this public assembly, they only let Christians give invocations, and they specifically banned atheists and Satanists from giving it. And of course, they got sued because you can't do that. There's a separation of church and state. So they lost the lawsuit, and they had to let this person get up there and give the invocation. But they didn't like it. They got up and they walked out at the end. But this fucking person killed it. So let's have a listen.
We will now receive an invocation offered by Iris.
Look at, they're all walking out. I love free speech, but I ain't gonna sit here and let somebody who's not a Christian talk. I'm protesting. But protesting's fine. Protesting's American. But the fact that you can't stand to sit there and listen to that just shows what assholes you are.
Fontana. You may either remain standing or be seated. No one is required to participate. If you could hold up a minute, we have people who would like to exercise their right not to participate.
Fuck them. You're up, girl. Nail that shit.
If you could pull the microphone close to your mouth, you may proceed.
Let us be present in this moment, clear our minds and be free of outdated propaganda and regulations that were created by historical people who were afraid of the unknown.
Preach.
Let us embrace the impulse to eat of the tree of knowledge of good and evil.
Amen.
So that we may let go of comforting delusions and see the truth in the world.
Hell yeah.
Let us demand that humans be judged for their actions, not their loyalty to useless social norms, labels, and categories. Let us stand firm against all authority that tries to threaten the unalienable rights of all humans.
Bless them, Lord.
Let us cast aside our differences to use reason, logic, science, and compassion to create solutions for the greater good of our community. It is done. Hail Satan. Thank you.
It is done. Hail Satan. Now, that was so fucking reasonable. Imagine the assholes that got up and walked out because of that. How do you not see that you're the bad guy here when somebody is so reasonable and cool as shit? Hail Satan. It is done. Fuck yeah. I like the Satanist church. Like, I'm usually not for the toxic troll culture, but they do troll culture in a non-toxic way that's actually beneficial to society. So keep it up, Satanist church. And Taylor Swift has a new song out it's okay. I'm not going to play it for you because they will immediately copyright my video. But Christian bigots are fucking pissed off at it, just like they should be. And the reason why is because apparently she has these caricatures of anti-gay bigots. Apparently her song is about homosexuality and how people just need to, like, chill the fuck out about it and stuff. So she has these representations of bigots, these guys. And I live in Mississippi, dudes. This is pretty fucking accurate. This is exactly what they look like. And God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, is exactly something they say. So, yeah, you guys can be pissed off all you want, but this is pretty fucking accurate about what you guys look like and act like. Cry harder, noobs. But, yeah, they're like, the video, while claiming to be inclusive, openly mocks Christians who protest homosexuality. We don't have to be inclusive to bigots. Like, that's what you people don't understand. You don't have to be fucking open to everything. Just because you're open to people who are doing things that aren't harming society don't mean you have to be open to racists and bigots. I mean, this is a straw man you guys create over and over again. It's so easy to slap down. Christians in the video are presented as country hicks with bad style and rotting teeth. I live in Mississippi. It's pretty accurate. They also misspell homosexuality on their protest sign. Yeah, get a brain, Morans. Remember that? You guys misspell stuff all the time because the education system in the South is incredibly fucking poor. I know. I'm a part of that system. Was not properly educated. That's one of the reasons I'm such a goddamn giant dumbass. So, anyway, love seeing them get mad about shit like that, about being accurately represented. And a pastor was arrested for having child porn, and his face was superimposed on the images. Oh, God. They take being a piece of shit to whole nother levels week in and week out, don't they? 68-year-old Stephen L. Dunn has had a lot of job titles during his 48 years in Christian ministry. He has worked at a seminary, was a denominational president, and served as pastor at 8 different churches in Ohio, Indiana, and Pennsylvania. He was the director of Bridge Builders Ministries and designed a program to help churches convert their unchurched neighbors. And he apparently also a guy who just got arrested for this. During a search of Dunn's home, investigators found 50 printed out pictures in Dunn's bedroom dresser drawer. According to the court documents, these images had transposed images of Dunn's face and what appears to be images of girls of varying ages transposed in bondage and other sadomasochistic scenarios. An on-site forensic review of the images found that 10 of the images found involved children, according to the court documents. Holy shit, dude. Man, you know you're an old school perv when you're literally printing out actual pictures. Just leave them on your computer, dude. What the fuck are you doing? But he's like, no, I gotta superimpose my face over these pedophiles, so I feel like it's me raping these little children. Praise Jesus! Oh my God, I'm such a good, godly man. But it's okay, because all he has to do is ask for forgiveness, and it's like it never happened. He never has to make amends to anybody he hurt. You know, he never has to stop his sinful, evil behavior. He simply got to say, I'm sorry, Jesus, my bad, and boom, he gets an eternity in paradise. It's an amazing system, really. God damn it. This is why Christianity is so fucking immoral. Literally don't have to be held accountable to anything. Just do whatever the fuck you want to do, and then deathbed confession. And an Alabama GOP official says that freaking queers have gotten too much sympathy. Of course. Let's have a look.
Well, tonight on NBC 15 News exclusive, we are uncovering controversial remarks made by a local elected leader. Mobile County Treasurer Phil Benson on Facebook saying, quote, freaking queers have gotten too much sympathy.
NBC 15's Andrea Ramey just spoke.
That's the problem with society. People are too easy on gay people. They don't have it hard enough. People need to start bullying gay people again. Bullying never hurt anybody. Freaking queers. Seriously, folks. These are the people in charge. It's always conservatives. It's always Republicans. Always people supporting these homophobic, racist, goddamn bigots. And somebody said, do you understand, though, how your words can be offensive to gay people or to anybody? Asked NBC's 15's Andrea Ramey. And gay people are offensive to me. Do you understand that? Replied Benson. All gay people, just because they're gay, are offensive to you? Asked Ramey. They can be very offensive. All this beautiful rainbow stuff. When one of our presidents lit the White House with wonderful rainbow colors, that offended me. Well, okay, well, you're a snowflake. You are everything you've accused the left of being. You're fragile, you're stupid, and you're a snowflake. What else can I say, really? Benson initially insisted before he would do an interview that Ramey sit down in his office and read chapter 19 of the book of Genesis in the Holy Bible, which is the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. So... people wonder why we still need gay pride, right? People wonder why social justice warriors are still fighting for equality for homosexuals. It's because we literally have people in office still. We literally have, like I showed on my last show, police detectives who are going and interacting with community, who are representatives of the government, who are publicly saying gay people should be killed. So people just being gay is incredibly offensive to them. So we still need social justice, dude. That's why. It's like when I explain why we still need feminism. Because of the shit going on with women, right? Anyway. Next up. Oh, God. This one's from Sofan. Because no Sofan used to be one of these anti-HCWs who's kind of turned over a new leaf. So I like that. And fucking... this is kind of surprising. Paul Joseph Watson is coming out against Ben Shapiro. Paul Joseph Watson actually saying something that's true. Thought I'd never fucking see the day, dudes. Paul Joseph Watson saying something right. And he's like, Ben Shapiro is a complete fraud. Truth. What truly pro-life person would get mad over Trump not slaughtering hundreds of people to avenge a flying robot? And unfollow Ben Shapiro en masse. Hell yeah, you go, Paul Joseph Watson. I guess Ben Shapiro's mad because Trump decided not to destroy Iran for shooting down a drone. Ben Shapiro is always pounding the war drums. When he was 20, he literally wrote an article that said he did not give a shit about civilian casualties in war. He did not give a shit if civilians were killed by the Iraq war because, hey, if they have to die to save a few American lives, they're not worth the same things as Americans. Their lives are worth less. And, of course, later he was like, I was just young and dumb when I said that. But no, you were a completely insane psychopath, and you clearly still the fuck are. And when somebody like Paul Joseph Watson thinks you're a psychopath, dude, you're a fucking psychopath. So anyway, the right is eating their own so much lately, and I am here all fucking week for this shit. Love it. And this anti-gay Australian rugby star was fired for his anti-gay remarks, but he wants $3 million just in case. So this dipshit got on social media, and he's like, gay people are going to hell. And he was a professional athlete, and the people that were employing him were like, you're fired. Yeah, you're representing our entire club. You're representing our sports franchise, and we do not want our sports franchise associated with anti-gay bigotry. So get to stepping, motherfucker. And then he's like, oh my God, I can't believe I got fired for being a bigot. I need $3 million in my GoFundMe to support my fucking lawsuit against them. Support me, fans. And of course, everybody's making fun of him for it because, dude, seriously. Apparently, one of his teammates, Drew Mitchell, you were in a fight that you chose to be in after you broke the terms of your contract. The kids below are in a fight they never wanted to be in, and yet you think you deserve donations more than they do. It's no longer about religion. It's about you and your greed. So yeah, he's raised $255,000. Holy shit, you goddamn idiots! Seriously, people are so fucking stupid. This girl trying to fight neuroblastoma got 100,000, got half of what this fucking rich-ass soccer player did for being a homophobic bigot. So, once again, the world just does nothing but reward bad behavior over and over and over again. So frustrating. What is wrong with you people? Fuck me. And, so this is the last one. Last one is your last chance to get the super chats in. Super chat. So, want to support the show? Want to make sure I keep doing this really good material? Please consider supporting me by getting me a super chat in. So, last story: Catholics demand Netflix cancel Good Omens after Amazon show that's already over. So this is hilarious. I don't know if you guys have seen the new Amazon show called Good Omens. It was okay. I watched it. It's basically about I think this is Gabriel or whatever, one of the old angels, and I think this is another old angel. It's not Satan, it's another one. And basically, they're in modern day times manipulating people because the end of the world is happening. It's a comedy, you know. It's just a basic goofy comedy. It's okay. It's got good graphics and stuff. But apparently, this Christian group doesn't realize that Netflix can't cancel a show that is not on Netflix. It's an Amazon show, and apparently, in their official release, they demanded Netflix, tell Netflix, cancel Blasphemous Good Omens series. It's not Netflix, motherfuckers. It's Amazon, and the show is already over. Like, it had one season, and that's all they're going to do, and it's already fucking over. So, you're barking up the wrong tree, snowflakes. Maybe you should get the fuck over it and stop trying to find outrage in silly internet shows, right? But they have to have something to be fucking upset about all the time because they have to have something to distract you with. So you won't be upset by the things that are actually important, you know, like global warming and 45,000 Americans dying every year for lack of health care, or trillionaires getting tax cuts, or Saudi Arabia murdering a U.S. journalist and getting away from it because Trump doesn't do anything about it and then gives them billions of dollars of weapons which they use to kill civilians in their own wars. You know, horrible, horrible shit. But hey, it's the fucking television shows on Amazon. That's the real problem, to be honest with you. All right. So finish the show up with some super chats. Super chats. Let's see what we got here. Oh. All right. D-Dog, 2015, 50 pounds. All right. That is very generous. Thank you. I'm going to take your question extremely serious. We all know that spreading knowledge gradually reduces and eliminates religious beliefs. Hell yeah. The more educated you are, the more likely you are to be an atheist. You know, that's why so many college professors are both on the left and they're atheists, because, you know, that's what knowledge brings you to. But what was the starting point for you? Like, what was the moment when you started to realize that there's more to the world than Pentecostal Christianity? Well, I've told the story before. It was basically my friend Stephen. I used to be a Kent Hovind disciple. Like, I could literally repeat every word Kent Hovind said. I was a young earth creationist, and my friend Stephen started reading or watching the Science Channel and studying evolution. And he was like, dude, I think Kent Hovind might be a lying piece of shit because there's lots and lots of evidence that backs up evolution. And I was like, bullshit. Fuck you, Stephen. Why is your faith so weak? My faith is nowhere near as weak as yours. I would never question, dude. Obviously, Satan has a hold on you and he's making you question. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go research the shit out of this and prove you're wrong as fuck, dude. I'm going to make you look so stupid. God damn it, Stephen. And long story short, Stephen now works for me. We send out atheist t-shirts, and Stephen is in charge of the graphics and the shipping of my t-shirts. So he was right. I was wrong. I was very dumb. He was very smart. I am not very good looking. He's very attractive. All of that. That's what started for me. Thank you. Great question. Appreciate it. D-Dog 2015, $5. Based on the Bible and where Judaism came from, Canaan, do you think Yahweh was a Canaanite god of war? I think it's probably a mixture of like everything from the beginning of time. They just took so many of the myths and they just plagiarized, and then the powers that be twisted whatever the prevailing myths of the day were into being stories that helped them take and maintain power. And they did. Like, that's exactly what happened. The church was all about using these myths to have almost ultimate power over society, and they still do for a large part. So, great question. Thanks for that. The progressive voice, 39, is TJ Kurt your arch nemesis? Why do you hate each other? Nah, TJ's not really my arch nemesis. He's just like another one of these YouTubers, just like anybody else that I call out. And when I disagree with him, and then when I agree with him, I also pat him on the back like the puppy he is. I don't really hate people or have an arch nemesis. I just, I call bullshit where I see it, and it's not even that serious. Like, none of my bullshit calling is serious. Like, I'm an idiot. Like, I'm a total I'm just a dipshit, like, talking to a camera. I do the best I can. Like, I'm not trying to lie to you guys. I'm trying to put out information that I think is true and be honest as I can. But Who the fuck knows, dude? Like, I'm just trying to figure it out like anybody else is, so I don't pretend like I'm this super genius or some shit. Brian S. Paskin, $4.99, with Satan and victorious weapons. Yep. Gotta love the fucking Satanist church, man. They're pretty damn cool. I gotta give them that. $10, H.S. Ross. For anyone interested, there is a new program, Challenge 22, which pairs you with a mentor to help you try vegan for 22 days and set you up to continue to be a vegan long term. Sign up at challenge22.com. Okay, that sounds good. I didn't need anything like that. I just went cold turkey. I just said, oh, well. Somebody was basically telling me, you raise all those animals, man. Haven't you ever raised your animals and realized that they hurt and they feel pain and they feel like sadness and loneliness and they feel love and they feel, they feel emotions. They're like humans. Doesn't that make you understand that treating, animals that are not your pets in ways that you would not treat your pets is kind of hypocritical? And I was like, there's some good points you're making. And I thought about it, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to make the change. And I made the change, and it was easy. It was very easy. Today, we made taco salad. I make meatless taco salad. It's got this fake meat in it, and it's fucking delicious. I made this big old bowl, like this fucking big, and I'll eat on it for 2 days, and, it's fucking awesome. So it's a lot easier than you guys think. I definitely recommend you make the change, but I'm not going to be too preachy about it. Thank you for that. Brian Dunham. Here is why Trump is famous. He threw down the gauntlet of insanity in the first 4 years, while other presidents wait to the last 4 years. God sucks, yeah. Good point. A lot of the reason he's famous is because, like I said, the world rewards idiocy, and the world's very tribal. So as long as they can make people not vote for Hillary, then he'll win easily. Even though he lost by 4 million votes, the whole system is completely set up against the Democrats. They have to win and get way, way, way more votes to even have equal outcomes. And so the whole system needs to be changed, to be honest. D-Dog, 2015. I remember when Ireland legalized gay marriage by majority vote. Westboro Baptist Church brought out an Ivory Coast flag. Yep. It's like my enemy's enemy is my friend. The biggest piece of shits in the world. That's what the anti-HW community is kind of becoming towards. It's kind of becoming more like Westboro. Beast Nation, 2009, $5. Freaking queers. Damn, I didn't know Crowder was a treasurer too. Yep. Crowder's influence is everywhere. I bet to this guy, he thinks queers are lispy too. Those lispy freaking queers. And H.S. Ross, $5. We should make fun of poor folks for having bad teeth because they can't afford dental care. Okay, well, I mean, they can't afford to brush their teeth and stuff. But I kind of see what you're going for there. I guess we should make fun of them for not having teeth, but I have no problem making fun of them for their actions and their words, so I guess we'll keep it at that. Keep it classy. Good point, H.S. Ross. Ray Dubin, $5. You gotta love it when people expose themselves as crybabies, when they are called out for their backwards and outdated opinions on gay people. Yep. It's always the way. They're just trying to find somebody to hate on to make them feel better about their own sad, pathetic lives. But hating on gay people doesn't make people think you're less pathetic. It makes us think you're way more pathetic because you are. H.S. Ross, $5 Canadian. It is a crime that people have to crowdfund their life-saving medical treatments. We need Medicare for all in the U.S. and we need pharmacare in the yeah. Oh my God, it's so sad that medical bills are the number one way people go bankrupt these days. I have a friend named PJ. A girl I used to go out with a couple times, and she recently had a son. Her son is like, I guess he's like 18 or something, and he got in a car wreck, and he's now like Terry Schiavo kind of, where he's not completely vegetative, but he can like look at you if you're talking to him, but he doesn't respond, or he doesn't like respond very well to commands, and it was like he's only been in the hospital for a month, and his medical bills are already over $1 million. $1 million. There's like zero chance she'll ever be able to pay it. Like it'll follow her for the rest of her fucking life. And it's just like it's insane. Like we just don't care about our citizens, the people of this country, like other countries do. We consider ourselves to be an advanced country, but we are the only first world country in the entire world who has not been able to figure this out, and that's 100% due to unfettered capitalism. It's our society worships capitalism, and it's because rich people have always been amazing at using their wealth to trick poor people into voting against their own best interest. That's what's always happened, and hopefully that's not what always happens. Like, I'm hoping the internet will give poor people a chance to actually have power. We didn't have power until the internet came out in the same way, because the rich people bought up all the newspapers and all the media companies, and they're the ones that had total control on dissemination of information. But now poor people can actually fucking compete with them for the first time in history. So I'm hoping that eventually we will overcome this monopoly on power that rich people have. But It's still very, very slow going, and there's still lots of conservatives out there fighting against their own best interest, and we have to stand up and make fun of them and mock them into extinction as soon as possible. And D-Dog, 2015, gave me another 50 pounds. For me, it was finding out about the Catholic Church scandals. Like, these were supposed to be the purest among us, but here they were preying on the people they are literally sworn and taught to protect. Then started seeing one BS after another. Yeah, I mean, that'll really wake you up, won't it? People claim that they are the representatives of the all-loving, all-knowing God on earth when they are the most evil organization, or one of the most evil organizations in the history of mankind. They're literally a international cabal of child rapists who use the trillions of dollars that they have to buy up priceless artifacts and art for themselves and also cover up the rape of children. And you guys are a part of that. You guys are going to be a part of this church and giving money to them. It doesn't make you pedophiles. It just makes you pedophile enablers, which ain't good. Not a good look. Thank you for that, D-Dog. Very generous tonight. Very much appreciated. Blipbot, $10. I like you, Dusty. Watch for 3 years. Hey, thank you very much. You have some great perspectives. I'm waiting for the butt. Your matter-of-factness on certain subjects that I have no cut and dry answer is what Joe avoids. I like thinking on my own. Well, yeah, that's anecdotal, though, right? I don't know how many percentage of Joe audience is like that, but a great percentage of them are not. Like, you can go read the comments. Not everybody is capable of thinking on their own. They are misled by what Joe is saying, and that's why it's important for somebody who has such a giant platform like he does to make sure he is responsible about it. You know, your anecdotal evidence doesn't change the fact that lots of people are influenced in the wrong directions by what he's doing. It doesn't change the fact that what he's doing is harmful to society, provably. Like, you don't even have to, I have evidence. Like, go to Twitter and type in Bill C-16 trans and see the amount of hate that was spread because he platformed people like Jordan Peterson and let Jordan Peterson lie about trans people and trans activists on his show unchallenged and has never, not once to this day, fact-checked or corrected the record on any of that. It hurts society. It hurts the most vulnerable among us, and he definitely absolutely needs to be called out, regardless if it doesn't affect you at all. It does affect other people. Tax the church. Hell yeah. Like, I don't think it'll ever happen in this country, but that definitely needs to be done yesterday. 48484. Anita Sarkeesian. She's a joke. Okay. I don't really know that much about Anita Sarkeesian, and I don't really go to bat for her. So I love your work on anti-SJW, but in real life, she's a real SJW. Okay. I don't know. I don't think have I supported her? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a gamer, though. LOL, I love your work, brother. Hope you get Kalinsky or Pacman on your show. It reminds me, a lot of people want to maybe have Vosh on the show. Vosh said he would come on the show. I was going to have him on tonight, but I played video games all week instead of setting it up with him, which is my bad. So maybe next Friday, if you guys want to see Vosh on the show, I will bring Vosh on. And I'm not like real familiar with Vosh. All I know about him is that he has another podcast like mine, and apparently it is very similar to mine in ways because we seem to have a lot of crossover in our audience. But I haven't actually seen his show, or I don't know much about his position. So I will just play a complete noob like I am, and I will ask him all the questions all of you who don't know anything about him would want me to ask, and we'll all get to know Vosh together and see if he's worth getting to know. Beast Nation 2009, if you think universal health care should be made into law, give me a hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. HS Ross, $2, hell yeah. Hell yeah. HS Ross got you back. D-Dog 2015, $5, Anita's not too bad. She can be single issue sometimes, but not bad. Like I said, I don't know all that much about her. I think what I've seen about her, she's been blown out of proportion. Like, she's been used as a boogeyman to scare people with when she's actually much more harmless than she actually has been portrayed as. So that's just my opinion on it. All right. Let me take a look at the regular chat real quick before I end the show. What you guys got to say? Damn, forgot about Terry Schiavo. Yeah, poor Terry Schiavo. Feel bad about her. My friend said that she might commit suicide because she just can't live with the thought that her son is going to be brain dead for the rest of his life. And so she said she might pull the plug on him and kill herself. And I hope she doesn't do it. That's really sad. But, like, what can I say? Like, there's nothing I can say. That's the love of her life. She fucking loves that kid. Obviously, it's her kid. But, I mean, she really, really loves her kid. And she's just, I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. Exactly, the Christian right has abandoned God in favor of almighty dollar. Yeah, they always did that. You know, it's just becoming more obvious now because we have people that we can point it out without them killing us. So, Anita Sarkeesian can be ignored. Okay, works for me. I don't care. Americans think we have such a great system in Canada, but it's broken as hell, and we rely on the USA. No, and your system is way better than the United States in every fucking possible way. You're just a fucking idiot if you say otherwise. Yes, Canadians have to wait longer to get health care, but waiting longer is way fucking better than not being able to afford it, not getting it to begin with. I mean, it's so stupid. Like, what are you even thinking? Obviously, having a life-saving surgery that you have to wait for is much, 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 much better than not getting a life life-saving surgery that you can't afford, right? Just, you guys don't make any sense. The rich are buying up the young YouTubers to squelch dissent. Yep, that's exactly what happens. It's exactly what the fuck happened. Like I pointed out about how the guy who owns the Pedophile Island gave J.F. Garipay $25,000 in one fell swoop. You know, they're buying these people. They know who's paying them. They know what they have to say to make all this fucking money, and they are saying it. They are completely in charge, and they've taken over YouTube. And people like me, I get accused, oh, you're just doing it for money, Dusty. You're too good for doing it for money. I'm literally making nothing. I'm making, like, not nothing. I mean, I'm making a little bit, but, like, very, very, very little in comparison. It's just an ad hominem attack to try to discredit me so you won't listen to what I'm saying, but hopefully you guys will just ignore it and know that if I was going to say something for money, I would say something that actually makes me money. I like Vosh, he is cool, but he like FLCL, so he loses a point in my book. I don't know what FLCL is, so I guess that's a game maybe? I don't know. The system needs improvement. Does that mean it should be abolished? No. No, it shouldn't. Just really stupid. All right, well, did 2 hours and 45 minutes tonight. That's pretty fucking good. Can't complain about that. I want to thank you guys for joining me. I will be back Monday, 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern, for another episode of the CODcast. As always, if you love my ass, please consider supporting me on Patreon, patreon.com/CODcast. If you look at the description of this video, it's not down here. If you look at the description of the video, though, it has links to my streamcast, which is where you can send me direct donations that YouTube doesn't take a cut of. Also, there's a link to my Patreon. You can send me direct donations from Patreon. But also, please consider sharing my videos. That really helps. Please consider telling people about my show. Help me compete with these fucking right-wingers who own YouTube. The only way I'm ever going to compete, the only way we're ever going to build up LeftTube is if you guys start supporting us and sharing the shit just like right-wingers do. So please consider that, and I appreciate it. I will be back Monday. Oh, no, it's Monday. I will be back. Yeah, I will be back Monday. Oh, I got another one. Rich Uncle. Hey, Rich Uncle's back. What's up, Rich Uncle? Greetings from Oslo. Good to see you, man. Appreciate it. Looking forward to seeing you in Bosch. Looking forward to having it. I heard he's a cool guy, so we'll see what happens. Beth gave me $4.99. Thank you, Beth. Appreciate that. All right. That's good, folks. See you guys Monday, 8 Central, 9 Eastern. I really appreciate you guys. Once again, thank you so much. Thank you so much for supporting the show. You guys mean the world to me. Having a blast doing this, and I'll see you soon. As always, everybody say it together with me. Until next time, logic. Fuck yes. Good night, guys. Thank you very much. Love you.